feel like I should just like dive into this. I'm already 10 minutes late, but we can like sit here and... This is our whole life now. Bum 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 bum. I gotta get ready to do all these voices. Anyway, let's get into this, shall we? Hello. Everything is okay. Stream started a little late and we are okay. Okay. Hi, Aylin. Hi, Astania. We are all good. Everything is a-okay. Stressy. No, it's alright. It's not, I haven't really been too stressed. It's just passive stress versus active stress. You know. So it's not too bad. So before we continue on with the game, Adara is okay. She's back home. And of course, in typical fashion, she, you know, went there. They were like, there's nothing wrong with you, basically. Basically, they did a bunch of tests on her and she apparently fainted in the, she apparently fainted in the ER. They put her in a bed. And then later on when a doctor came in and was like, so why do you think you fainted? And she's like, I just told you how I'm kind of breathless and can't breathe properly. So, you know, sent her back home, and she was like, well, what can I do? And they're like, oh, have a massage. And it's like, Adara had a physio appointment booked for this afternoon, so that's frustrating. Adara's all really chill about it. I'm upset. Which is fine. It's one of the reasons why I've been worried all day, because she's just like... Yeah, anyway. Whatever. It's fine. The amount of times my game crashed while I was figuring out which mod was fucking it up was attempted to just put Crash's game as a slot. That's fair. They didn't. That's disgusting. Yeah. I mean, hey. Yeah. That's fine. She's just struggling to breathe a little, but she told me that she would tell me if she needs me. Okay. We will still be aiming to finish this game tonight, however long or short that may take. And then we can question reality. Maybe I'll go to bed early or something. We'll see what happens. But Dara's gonna take a day off tomorrow, so. I managed to fix it in time for stream. The cards tomorrow. Yes. Good job, Aylin. Well done. I'm kind of sad that your game struggles so much though with mods and like. I don't know, I usually get to that point and I'm like, time for no mods. I have like a minimal mods setup and that's very specific. It's very intentional because it's like these mods don't conflict each other at all, no issues, so yeah. 5 gigabyte of a heap of different mods. I couldn't remember what the fuck the mod had them for. Lovely. Hi Lily, I love you. You're great. So I ended up deleting them all, clear the saved data, and starting again. That's just the best way to do it. I love you, yeah. Oh, shice. I made an elf version of Sakura for my character. Ooh, so she's got the pink hair. Hi there, phone call. Who called me? I don't know. Don't know who it is. Oh, that's the Uber Eats. Cool. 1 hour. Illy. There we go. Alright, let's get this show on the road, shall we? I want to finish this. We're gonna finish this game, guys. Okay. As long or short it takes. I have a video up ready to recap us on the world of Mass Effect. I don't know how much it's gonna tell us, but we'll find out. Anything else? Tomorrow is the Skyrim bingo with Aelin. I prefer Hinata, but my mod didn't have purple hair. Oh my god, you should have purple hair. And it had pink. I'd prefer purple over pink hair. Yeah, I said it. Just checking my shifts for tomorrow. I'm definitely working afternoon shifts, so I could stay up late. Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah. I showed him off in the group chat, but I got new dice today. I got some other stuff too, but it's over there, so I can't show it off. But new dice are very pretty. But they also just released more pretty dice on the website, and I'm like, oh, I want them. What do I do? Anyway, they're really super sparkly though. They're really cool. It's kind of like I don't know, like it kind of looks like an ocean waves kind of sparkly kind of cyan turquoise, and then like the red thing in the middle is supposed to be like the eye of the patron that Ford has. It's very cool. I'm very happy with my dice. And the main silver lining of my day. Pretty dice, yeah! I miss my bright colors, but new house shower stains super easy. Hecky. Pink is really cool. Stand fluid is influencing my typing. That's okay, you can muck up your typing. You're doing fine. I have to admit though, these dice are really sharp. I feel like I need to almost like just on the edge of each corner, just grind them down just a little bit, but I also wouldn't want to damage them. But anyway, or masochism, as I like to say. Nice. You know, I rolled 2 1s. Is that possible? Oh my god, everything just went everywhere. Surprise, surprise. What did I roll? 1, 1, 1, 2, and a 10, and a 30. That's pretty low. They'll well down naturally. That depends how much I use them. But yes. You know, it's times like this where I'm like, man, Hannah, you need to actually play D&D to warrant the use of your dice. And then my brain goes, anyway, time to buy more. I kind of, in my head, it's kind of like I want to buy one of each color, right? You know, like, I don't need multiple of different colors. Anyway, oh my god, I feel like I need to show you guys now. Hold up. We're getting distracted. Yeah, we are. I need to show these off to Adara too, but, open. Okay. Okay, so they have, so there's 3 new dice. I obsessed about this to Lily just earlier, so don't worry about it. There's 3 new dice that are, well, 4 new dice came out, but I want 3 of them. So shush. This is what, look how cool the dice look! Look at that! They look super sparkly and has like the blue, like the polar opposite colors. How cool is that? It's so cool. So I really want these dice now. I already have Caleb's dice too. I have a different version of Caleb's dice, and then they come out with these, and I'm like, fuck. Also, I just want to say, there was like a dice for like Essek that I kind of wanted, but I think they like changed up but then they changed what they updated them to like this version of them, the champion versions. I don't get it. Anyway, so it like changed it slightly of like what the dice looked like, and now I'm like, oh, I don't really care as much about getting the Essek dice, but whatever. Anyway, so this is Caleb's dice. And then there's these really pretty like pink ones with like the cupcake on the front for Jester's dice. They're very, very pretty. One of each color, so Scalen's the D4, right? I actually haven't, you should play D&D. Don't tempt me, Lily. I'll do it. Except I can't fit time in. I want those. They are very pretty, right? And then there's Vaxeldans. These look so cool, can I just say? Because it kind of looks like they're gray, but they look a little like misty, kind of like a misty gray with like a faint, like different color, kind of like sparkle on the inside. It's kind of hard to like define, but they have like, it looks like there's a little bit of like a blue and red sparkles amongst this like misty color, and also the gold on it looks amazing. So anyway, but each one of these dice are way too expensive right now because I just spent money on buying them. So anyway, you should play D&D. Sorry for the obsessed, but I love them. They're so cool and pretty. I love my dice. I put all of the D20s just down here. So I've got 3 sets now. May the obsession commence. So let's keep playing. We're gonna have a good heckin' time. Yeah. Just gonna switch this stuff around. I'm gonna put this up here. It's been a weird day, guys. It's been a very weird day, but we're doing fine. I watched more anime. I've almost finished a different anime. Very excited to do that. Maybe I'll finish it tomorrow or something. Anyway, to remind people, we're trying to prove that Strongheart is the ultimate killer. Well, like ultimate Reaper because of stuff from 10 years ago, and we're trying to find evidence of such. That's what's happening. Governor Kaiden, the poor chief warder of the prison. I want to let this trial to turn into a farce to summon the governor of the prison after all these years. Oh, it wouldn't be any trouble, my lord. What? Father? My dear friend may appear a little rattle-pated at times, but I assure you he's extremely thorough. He wired both Barclay and the local prison earlier. Asking Governor Kaiden and Mr. Vigil to attend the Old Bailey is a matter of extreme urgency. Yes, Mr. Sholmes! Oh, we love him. I found the pyromancer guy in Undead Settlement that I've just missed all this time. What? Oh, Lily, no! Oh, Lily! Girl, you should have told you. Wait, so you didn't know about the pyromancy this whole time? Dude, the pyromancy is so good in Dark Souls. We should like do a playthrough where we both just like set fire to things. What do you think? I'm fine. I'm so sane. Fire? Yeah, we could. What do you think? I'm so excited. I know we have other things to do, but like, I want to finish Baldur's Gate so bad, but like, what if we set fire to things together, you know, like true love. We should do a run of Baldur's Gate. Where we're just all wizards shooting fire at things. I'm so excited. Oh my god, it'll be so good. Okay, breathe, Hannah. Okay. Okay, just remember, okay? We'll remember, okay? Remember. We're gonna do this, okay? Okay. Remember. Yeah, just put it in our group chat messages, okay? Just fire, pyromancy, lesbians, Dark Souls 3, okay? Put that in. Okay. Also, Cirrus became my sworn knight and then promptly fucking died. Amazing. Beautiful. What did you learn after I fell asleep last night? What did we learn? What's the last thing you remember, Aelin? Do you remember anything in particular? I have to like retrieve my memories. Hold on. Maybe I'll just pull up the video. Cause my brain hurts, okay? So you probably slept here? Yeah. No conclusive. So much of this is fucking male Strongheart's fucking Balin shit. Okay, so so go ahead. Okay. Okay. I want to know if you found out who Iris's father is yet. Oh, no. That's after the case. No. Okay. So, we found out that there was definitely lies happening a while ago. Just go with me here. There were lies from 10 years ago about the case that happened. So, Mr. Sholmes came in and Lord Strongheart tried to, like, end the trial, but Mr. Sholmes came in and was basically like, oh, you said you'd follow this through to the end, and there's still questions. You don't want to, like, renege on what you said, do you? And everyone was like, yeah, Sholmes is right. You know, everyone watching. Okay, cool, I want to see your reaction. Cool. Well, we'll definitely finish it tonight. Provided I don't keep talking. Lies and slander for murder of vampire man, a brother. Yeah, basically. Anyway, so they called him Makotaba. Okay, Makotaba is someone who was a part of the autopsy of Clint, the brother, the vampire brother. He was a part of the autopsy, and he actually noted that there was one suspicious thing. There was an identifying thing that was related to who was accused of the crime, which was Kazuma's father, right? And what he noted was that there was a ring that came out of his stomach. So the idea was, oh, he snatched, in his final moments, he snatched the ring away from Kazuma's father, and swallowed the ring so that, you know, in the autopsy they would find evidence, you know? But instead, you know, it just kind of like mysteriously appears, and then Makotaba is like, hey, shouldn't there have, like, that's a pretty sharp ring. How come there was no damage to the esophagus, you know? So that was kind of like the line we were trying to, like, verify. That was the angle we were trying to go for, and now we're going from the angle of finding out what happened exactly with the jailbreak. And yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Just go with me. Both men are, unless I'm much mistaken, waiting just outside the courtroom this very moment. Again, there's evidence here. Also, Sholmes has basically played 4D chess with this. Sholmes has basically come in and been like, I've got everyone prepared. He's got everyone prepared, waiting in the wings, so that they're all able to, like, overwhelm Strongheart. You know, so rather than Strongheart being like, oh, we have to call the session to close, you know, and continue this a different day, Mr. Sholmes is like, actually, no, I've got the people ready. Let's do this. It's so good. My lord, you must permit this trial to proceed as you declare it at its outset. You promised we would stop at nothing to uncover the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Yeah, fuck you.
Very well, bring in the witnesses. Make no mistake, I too would like nothing more than to lay this business to rest once and for all.
I'm sleepy. Sign that I need to put my glasses on. Would the new witnesses state their name? I, Barrack Kyden, I forgot this guy's accent, Governor of Barclay Prison. Everyone calls me Gossip. I sell jaunty little tidbits to peasants. Your other persona, if you don't mind. Oh, I do beg your pardon. Of course. My name is Daily vigil, I used to be the chief warder at Barclay Prison. The reason you've been summoned here today is to testify about the jailbreak of the so-called professor 10 years ago. Oh, the professor! I've been through that before, a decade ago. And the conclusion was that there wasn't anything untoward happened. A conflict escaped from your prison, Governor. Hardly what you'd call nothing untoward. Ah, wow. The convict's death certificate was somehow falsified after he was allegedly executed. And he escaped the prison inside his own coffin. A plan of that complexity could never have been carried out without the help of somebody of influence inside the prison. Governor Kaiden, don't imagine that the passage of time will afford you any protection. If it turns out that you were involved in the plot to break Mr. Usogi out of your prison, then of course the consequences will be serious. In all likelihood, a capital punishment. God's sword on there, laddie.
Governor Kaiden?
Ah, yes, sir.
You have a critical role!
You're a critical role! We did it! So fucking good. To play in the public. Sorry, so distracted. I think about Critical Role all the time. I want to watch more of it. I was watching it just before, so.
In the public of our country, a great responsibility to shoulder. The significance of your testimony in court cannot be understated. Therefore, think carefully before you speak. And Prosecutor Gusogi, if you threaten the witness again, you will be held in contempt of court.
My apologies. There's no disputing the fact that an intricate jailbreak happened. Clearly, you're both involved in some way. You will testify about what took place.
Very well. Testify!
Please don't release Dark Souls 4 while I'm away. Yes, ma'am. You think about Critical Role? Never would have known that. No clues whatsoever. Anyway, do you want to see my dice again? Look at my pretty dice. It was the day the Japanese jock was found guilty. The director came from the prosecutor's office, assigned the conflict to the chief warder vigil there, and put the plan into action behind the scenes. I was responsible for Usogi right up until the night of his execution, but I knew nothing of any plot. I did not ken if there were some negotiations between the convict and the prosecutor's office. All I did was carry out my duty for Her Majesty's Great British Empire. Who was it? Who was it? Say his fucking name. The director from the prosecutor's office. Are you saying that that was the jailbreak plot? Aye, that's right. Who sent it? Who authorized the plan? I don't command that. You're saying you don't know? Listen, there wasn't a thing about the professor case that wasn't unsure in some way. Fuck, I'm so bad. Also, as I said in Discord the other day, the Shadowbringers is now on the Final Fantasy XIV free. So there's gonna be a lot more bunny girls running around. Wait a second, I didn't put that together! What? I read it and my brain was like, yeah, okay. Wait, so Shadowbring is on the free trial now. Hold on a second. Guys, there's something I need to do. They expanded it! Oh my god, that's so great! Oh my god, that's so awesome! I didn't put that together. Oh my god. Okay, I'm so sorry. I did read it, but obviously I only half read it. I was like, Final Fantasy. Oh, okay. I need to get back into that. I really want to play Shadowbringers. Everyone's been hyping it so much. I don't care what happens after Shadowbringers, but I mean, don't get me wrong. I still have all of 3 to play through before I get to 4, but that's why I said it. I knew you wanted to be a bunny girl. I do want to be a bunny girl. I want to be a bunny girl so bad. Even though my current character looks pretty heckin' cool, but I want to be a bunny girl, okay? Always have been, okay? I know who I am inside, okay? Okay. Hi, Balvorn. Okay. Okay, just put that in my brain for something to do. I have to admit, a lot these days I've been like, what do I do when I'm not playing games with someone? And so I've been playing just Fields of Mystery and just kind of twiddling my thumbs, but now I have something I need to go for, you know? Hey Balvorn, Illy. Sprinkle positivity. And chat is cute. Figure your time out. As always, happy to play 14 with you if you want. Absolutely, absolutely. It's just really fallen off the priority list in my brain, you know? But it's a good point. I should bring it back to the forefront of my thing. Especially considering, like, as I said, I've been playing like Fields of Mystery and stuff, but like there's no new update for a while. So it's like I don't know, there's just nothing I'm really interested in playing at the moment, but Final Fantasy. Let's go. Okay. But if the jailbreak plan originated from the prosecutor's office, then one thing is very clear. As suspected, there were clandestine dealings going on between Mr. Asogi and that office. Jailbreak was possible in exchange for Mr. Asogi's admitting to crime he didn't commit.
That, Counsel, is nothing more than speculation on your part. So, let me ask the defense.
Yeah?
I fail to see how these witnesses have any more pertinent information here. Do you intend—
Dog. Yeah. You got this. Hi, peeps. I'm distracted. So cute. And then I'm looking at Bunny Girl in chat and I'm like, yes. Okay, take me home, country road, to the place where hell yeah, we have rights in this game for now. Don't hold your breath. Where is it? This is what I want. Press statement 5. Okay. Let's get this done, guys. We're gonna get this done, okay? I don't know how long it's gonna take, but we'll see. Did you carry out the plan in its entirety? I did everything I could at the time. As you know, Genshin Impact was shot dead in Lowgate Cemetery after the escape. Tell me, was that part of the plan too? My instructions were we're getting the joke out of the jail and nothing more. I cannot tell you anything about what happened after, only personally I believe his death was the last part of the plan. Ooh.
Excuse me.
Bro's having a bad day. Fun fact, in Japanese, barricade is Harry Barricade. I love that. I think the pun here is ever obvious. I didn't put that together. Barricade and right. I didn't put that together at all. I would have liked Harry Barricade though. Harry Barricade would be very funny. Spinning me, spinning me, spinning me like I'm crazy. Oh, spinning me, spinning me, spinning me. What a Barclay convention. What Governor Kaiden just said seemed to upset you. Did it bring something to mind? For the last 10 years, I've completely blotted out the memories of my time. I was betrayed by my superiors in the name of my country. Yeah, feel guilty, bitch. Just as my father was betrayed, it seems. But you see, thinking back now, I really can't imagine that the shooting for Mr. Asogi in the cemetery was ever part of the plan. What makes you think that? Well, it just doesn't make sense, does it? To make the man admit to crimes he didn't commit with the promise of a jailbreak, only to kill him in the end? That's treachery of the worst kind. But the point is, if the intention was always to betray him, well, why would there be any need of all the chicaneries of an escape? That's a good point. Ah, that's quite true. If whoever negotiated with Soga never intended to keep his or her end of the bargain, it would have been far simpler just to let the man be executed in prison as dictated by his sentence. It all happened in the vast chamber of secrets that is Barclay, behind the high prison walls. I suppose nobody knows what really went on in the execution room now. This is an unsettling mystery indeed. Truth be told, there's a wee matter that's never quite made sense to me. If you believe there was some kind of negotiation behind the jailbreak between a Sorgi and a body at the top, it doesn't quite add up, does it? Captain Gaiden, I must insist you explain these doubts that you have. I go on. Yes, fuck you, Strongheart. Seems to me that the Japanese fella didn't have anything to do with the bargain.
Hold it!
Admitting to the crimes, that was what he had to bargain with, surely. I cannot see that myself. After all the prosecution... Did the prosecution have conclusive evidence against the Kali, eh? This, you mean, discovered during the final victim's autopsy? There's every possibility this conclusive evidence was fabricated by Scotland Yard and the prosecutor's office. Possibilities are all very well, but nothing has been proven. You can holler about misconduct in the trials 10 years ago all you like. But if you can't establish that it happened with hard evidence, no one is going to listen. Aye, that's right. So what I'm saying is, that convict had nothing. Nothing he could use for some kind of bargaining at all. So he must have been armed with something that gave him an angle to negotiate. Now this makes sense to me. Japanese fella didn't have anything to do with the bargain. I get the feeling I'm supposed to refute this statement. But I'm not quite sure how. I mean, the Isogi papers, surely. Because he does say, I, Genshin, upon hereby request that upon my death, any and all to... Oh no, that's his last will and testament. It is with deep sadness that I accept my fate in these foreign lands, in the knowledge that I will never see my family or home. I regret nothing about my chosen path.
Objection!
Okay. Confessing under oath to murders he didn't commit, on a verbal assurance of later being broken out of prison. Genshin Impact was taking an incredibly risky gamble. Very true. There was nothing to stop the British breaking their word and executing him behind closed doors anyway. Under normal circumstances, no man would stake his life on a gentleman's agreement like that. Which means that Mr. Isogi must have had a trump card, something that guaranteed he wouldn't be betrayed, some kind of weapon. Others, the fella couldn't possibly have anything like that. You know that he did, Governor. Governor? The Isogi Papers, the name given to the last will and testament of Genshin Impact. It turns out that Mr. Isogi was hiding his will in his cell at Barclay. Chief Warder Vigil caught him with it one day. You're squealing, did ya, you wee rat? Did I not tell you to keep that a secret? You can't touch me now. Gah! Guys, when Mr. Vigil caught sight of that will through the bars of the convict cell, Mr. Isogi pleaded with the warder. Alright then, what's on the paper? A last will and testament. This will is the only weapon I have left now. Fun fact, there are many racist people in the Great Ace Attorney, with that at least 5 to 9 verbal attacks, 55 microaggressions, 3 to 4 slurs being tallied, What the fuck? Though it is highly unusual to be counting in the first place. I agree. It's more mortifying when you put it that way. There is so much microaggression. It's actually ridiculous. Every time you say Genshin Impact, the rhythm of your speaking gets thrown off, and that's really funny to me. I don't know what you're talking about. Everything is perfectly normal. Seriously, everything is perfectly okay. It's just, yeah, it's just my brain stuttering, right? Like, do 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 do. Okay. Legs cracking. That document mysteriously disappeared, didn't it? Well, yeah, all the prison warders searched through the belongings at a cell, but that will was just nowhere to be found. As I understand it, an exhaustive search was made for the document which was being known as the Asogi Papers. Governor Kaiden, I believe you ordered your prison staff to find it at all costs, didn't you? Yeah. Would I be right in saying that you knew that the so-called Asogi Papers had the potential to make great waves somehow? Jings, what blazes are you blithering about? The will was found right in Pofra, in the fellow's cell where I said it would be. But how could that be? Where in his cell? We all searched the place from top to bottom. Bro, just stop smacking that thing. Well, you didn't know do a proper job, you Billy Wally Galoot. Alright, that was a lot of fun. Still not perfect, but still funny. You can't criticize me now. I'll show you the fault that I know you're the lawyer. Yeah, you did. I have the document here. It's written in Japanese and reads, the last will and testament. Which means everything is as it should be. Not quite, my lord. You see, there's an undeniable inconsistency here. What inconsistency? Mr. Sogi described this document as the only weapon he had left, and yet this will contains nothing of significance at all. Nothing that would have given the convict any leverage. Are you suggesting, my friend, that the last will and testament stored at Barclay Prison all these years is actually a fake? That makes sense to me. As has clearly been demonstrated already, what went on at Barclay Prison was far from above board. Yes! Fight 'em! The last vilification by the defense was an affront to the entire British legal system. You know what else is a violation of the British legal system? This dick. I mean, obviously. Yeah, moving on. This absurd notion of a weapon is something for which we have only the former Chief Warder's words. The man could easily be lying, or at the very least, sorely mistaken. What? No, I definitely didn't hear him say that, I swear. But we need to get to the bottom of this. We need to know exactly what happened with these so-called Asogi Papers. A waste of time! If the will is fake, where is the real document? You would know. Mr. Vigil was stabbed in the back by the judiciary 10 years ago. He lost everything. Very nearly lost his own life. And now you're going to do it again. You're ready to brand him a liar and turn your back on him without even letting him defend himself. It's clear that Bali prisoner's hiding something. It's clear the jailbreak was masterminded by somebody in the prosecutor office. It's clear that some illicit negotiations took place. Is your lordship just going to gloss over the facts? What did you say? Testify, testify, testify. The trial must go on. The man's voice must be heard. Yes. It would seem that a vocal few here are utterly blind to the truth. Very well then. Let the witness testify again. Tell me what you think you saw. In the convict's last will and testament. Yes, sir, my lord. How would you remember something like that, though? Testify. Leave me mystified.
As the warder responsible for condemned convicts, I attended to Mr. Sogi and kept watch over his cell. The night after he was found guilty in court, he was doing something with that will in his cell. We turned the cell inside out looking for it after the execution, but to no avail.
I can order all the found out about the Sogi papers when a directive came telling me to impound them. Document was in the folds of the fellow's robe that was left in his cell. A kimono, I think it's called. Did he wear a kimono?
It is kimono. That's a lie. We searched every inch of the man's cell. We looked through all his clothes. It can't be true.
Well, you not satisfied with calling me a liar the ones there, ya weak laugh finger.
There's nothing you can say about it now. You don't have any hold over me now. Other than the hold you like to take on my cravat, of course. Is that what you're gonna do, is it?
What is happening here? He's such a goofy goober.
Are you gonna give me a good shake again, or are you too scared?
What is happening here? Whee! Hi, Wrath. Just driving by. Okay. Perfect. He's a wobbling doll. Virgil being so smug over this being after he's being so meek and kindly is so rewarding, honestly. Yeah, I do kind of love it because he's kind of like, oh, you fucking fired me over this shit and now it's all sus. You guys are all going down. If anything, they should rehire Mr. Vigil, even though he does suspicious things now, but that's fine. Okay. I had pizza. I probably shouldn't have, to be honest.
We complied with the Sogi's will as far as was concerned. All his personal effects were delivered to his family.
That's not true.
As a courtesy to the homeland of the most notorious killer.
We were much obliged. I can confirm that all of my father's belongings arrived safely. You cannot deny the handwriting that is your old man's, eh? Yes, there's no mistaking that it's my father's brushwork. Really?
This little testament was the man's last weapon.
There was probably just multiple pages, surely.
I think we can safely assume the convict was merely prattling, knowing that his end was nigh.
Boom. Okay, let's do this. Where am I up to? I'm up to here. It's so weird that so much talking happens and yet I'm sitting here and I'm like, there's so much more still happening here. Okay. Statement 5. Okay. I'm surprised we're pressing on statement 5, but yeah, this is definitely suspicious though. In Mr. Sogi's kimono. Aye. The one he brought with him when he was locked up. He was permitted to have his personal effects with him during his incarceration, I understand. That's right. He was granted as much freedom as possible during the few days before his execution.
Indeed, he had a number of items of personal significance, I remember. He was very reluctant to part with them. Some books, that kimono, his sword.
He was still allowed his sword in prison? I mean, I guess it's not gonna do a heap of damage, but like... His sword? His sword? No. Karama, the famous sword of the Usugi clan. It bears the soul of my family. I don't doubt it, but I wasn't really getting at that. Forget it being the soul of the clan. Could the man have had a more obvious weapon? Something is definitely hidden on that weapon that they don't know about. He probably wrote, so his father was probably like, I'm probably gonna die, so I'm gonna write 2 versions. One inside the sword somewhere in the bindings, and then the other one, the fake one. Have some respect, Ryunosuke. Respectful silence? Warders have firearms at all times, and the inmates have shackles around their ankles. He couldn't have hurt anybody with that thing. Valid. Still, he was allowed a sword, but no writing materials? Aye. He wrote that will before he came to stay with us at Barclay, you see.
Dr. McCurble was asked to bring the necessary Japanese writing implements to the prosecutor's office. A Suzuri inkstone, black sumi ink, and some hand-sheared rice paper, no doubt.
I was present when he wrote it, but I'm sorry to say, the letter just looked like a squirming, massive jet black earthworms to me.
Excuse me.
Fun fact, Clint Van Zeeks is Crimit Van Zeeks. It was the romanized as Crimit in the art book, but Klimt in the fan translation effort. Crimit? Crimit. I don't like Crimit at all. He's spinning. It was Scarlet. The red ink on his fingies! Sir, it was Scarlet, sir. What? Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to blurt it out like that. Less swaying and more explaining would be helpful. There's something about the testimony we just heard. Have you recalled something of importance? Something of importance, possibly, or possibly not. I'm unable to tell which way he's leaning, I'm afraid. My lord, the defense asks that Mr. Vigil be permitted to supplement his testimony with this possibly or possibly not important detail. Yes, it was Scarlet. As I remember, the document was written in scarlet ink, but perhaps I'm mistaken. Surely I just present the Asogo papers now, because that conflicts it, right? Present. No, what? Okay, I'm supposed to present the autopsy report. Even though that's agreeing and not contradicting, but that's fine. Anyway, but yes, it does say in here that there was scarlet ink stains visible in the little and ring fingers of the right hand, but no document.
Objection.
That's weird. I feel like that doesn't contradict it, but more agrees with it, but scarlet colored writing is what you said you thought you saw, Mr. Vigil. And I believe that's exactly what you did see. What? See, I'm agreeing, not contradicting. Havers again, you have no evidence to say that. Have a look at this report. That's my brother's autopsy report. Yes, and there's something in here that bothered me when I first read it. It states that scarlet-colored ink stains were noted on the... noted on the fingers of the victim's right hand. Wait, so Clint had the will? No, that can't be right. Yes, so it does. Scarlet ink. Now, I'm not familiar with the habits of the British aristocracy, I freely admit. But I would hazard a guess that they don't all go around with ink stains on their fingertips, do they? Your wit is not appreciated. My brother was a well-bred and fastidious man. Should ink have sullied his fingertips, he would have cleaned them immediately. What a crazy detail to specify.
What is your point, counsel?
My point is this. Whatever Lord Clint Van Zeeks was writing in that unusually colored ink, it must have been directly before his death. Where is this going? Because he died before he had the opportunity to clean his hand.
What?
I remember something troubled me at the time. At the scene, the lid of my brother's inkwell was open. But Clint was punctilious about such things. It seemed unusual. And no document penned in the color of the ink that was in the inkwell was ever found. So the document had disappeared, are you suggesting? That the document my father had in his hand that night in his cell was... The same document that Lord... Oh, so it's not even his autopsy. That's what we're saying. So, sorry, so instead of... So what... Oh, okay. Okay, wait. So... Was he there when Clint died and then took the letter and then he was like arrested at some point? And then when he was reading the letter, that was when Vigil saw him and he didn't actually see him write or read his actual will and testament. Okay, where's the fuck? Okay, moments before his death. And then it was... If Mr. Vigil's testimony is to be believed, it can only mean that, yes, Mr. Vigil... So, when you spotted Mr. Sergey with the documents in his cell, his precise words were as follows. The last weapon I have. You showed this like literally 10, 20, maybe 30 minutes ago. But perhaps I'm mistaken. Oh, that makes sense. Alright, you're right. Moral. Colors are evil. Colors are evil. The control speed is wildly different. It shouldn't be, but it is. On my remote play. Oh. Surely you can change your DPI or something. You should just be able to control the DPI. Clint's will be done. Will! Yeah. Last will and testament. If the conversation really did go as Mr. Vigil says, then what we now know completely changes the meaning of what Mr. Sergey said. You really think... Mr. Vigil did indeed see the convict with a will, but it wasn't that of Genshin Impact's. Oh my god. It was the last will and testament of Lord Clint Van Zeeks. This is crazy. No. What? Why would he have it? Bro's having a stressful day. This is madness. My brother's last will and testament. That would mean that he had chosen to die. That is what it would mean, yes. No, impossible. That is utterly out of the question.
Lord Van Zeeks.
Clint was pursuing the professor. It consumed him day and night. Whatever happened, he would never have abandoned his investigation before its conclusion. Never. He wouldn't rest until the job was done, until the killer was caught. The idea that he would willingly accept his own death is obscene.
Objection!
And yet, we can be sure that he was writing his will moments before his death. And that Genshin Impact came to be in possession of that document. So what could the will possibly have contained? Clearly something that couldn't be made public under any circumstances whatsoever. Because armed with that document, my father was able to negotiate with the judiciary for his life. It was something so damning that it prompted the powers that could be to enact that daring jailbreak plot. There can be no question that the will contained information of the utmost secrecy. Information of the utmost secrecy. No, it couldn't be! Everybody's having a tough day.
I've heard more than enough. Setting this notion of the phantom will, well, nobody can attest to having seen serves absolutely no purpose.
Objection!
No, my lord, that's unacceptable.
What did you say, Counsel?
The last will and testament of Genshin Impact had in his possession was that of Lord Clint Van Zeeks. All the testimony and evidence presented to the court has logically led us to that possibility. We have a duty to pursue the line of reasoning to its conclusion.
But with no possible means of knowing the contents of the document, there's no line of reasoning to pursue.
Stressy. A reason why Lord Clint Van Zieks, a man of high noble standing, would have chosen death. I'm gonna save. He probably found out that Strongheart was behind everything and he was like, ah, fuck it, I can't go against Strongheart. Information so secret, people in the judiciary would be willing to negotiate the jailbreak of a condemned killer. The only explanation that fits those facts is the unthinkable truth that turns absolutely everything on its head. It's just too hideous. What? We know it's Strongheart, just say it.
Mr. Naruhodo, however difficult the situation might become, you work with your client in pursuit of the truth. That's what you resolved to do when you entered the courtroom this morning. To hold your head high and keep soldiering on.
Yeah, you're right. 10 years ago, in his final moments, Lord Clint Van Zieks left behind a will. A will that Genshin Impact was able to use as a weapon to negotiate his escape from prison. In all probability, the details in the will were related to the Professor case.
The defense's last statement is mere conjecture.
What are you getting at, man? Ryunosuke. As soon as those words came out of my mouth, there's no going back. Surely the word is an accusation. Confession implies self-guilt. A report implies... I mean, it could be a report. I would have said it an accusation towards Strongheart for doing the crime. But a report also kind of makes sense too. But a report would be a lot more comprehensive versus like an accusation that's just like, I know that I am going to be sent to my death, but I know that Strongheart is the one behind the Professor case or something. I mean, this is all a matter of tone, really. I'm overthinking this. Accusation? Obviously, it must have been an accusation. An accusation. Yes, revealing the true identity of the Professor.
Which would explain why Asuki took it, since it was he who implicated by the document.
No. In that case, the will wouldn't have given Mr. Asuki any bargaining power at all.
Then you're suggesting the accusation was against some other person?
Anyway. No, if that were the case, the two men would surely have collaborated to pursue the culprit together.
Then your whole argument falls down.
Okay, I clicked the wrong thing, I guess. What? What? I thought that made sense, but okay. A report? Maybe it is a confession. They did say that it turns it all on its head, but Clint wouldn't have killed anybody, right? Right?
You can do this.
No way. I believe that what Lord Clint Van Zieks actually penned that day was a confession.
What?
A confession. Regarding the mass murderer known as the Professor. And his true identity.
Objection.
No! Enough, counsel! What are you saying? Do you even realize? A confession about the true identity of the Professor. That would mean... Lord Van Zieks, I appreciate this must be hard to take in. But it's the only explanation that fits. The killer that terrorized London a decade ago and became known as the Professor. The man believed to have murdered 5 members of the aristocracy. Wasn't Genshin Impact at all. No, you can't be suggesting. It was in fact the man believed to have been the 5th victim. Lord Clint Van Zieks himself. What? What? I thought it was gonna be Strongheart that was secretly the murderer. Why? Well, I mean, Strongheart probably killed Asogi, don't get me wrong, but Van Zieks? Then, wait, who killed Van Zieks then? Why? Grah! Bro's having a bad day. He's too sexy to go to jail. Drop the charges. Thank you. Oh my god. Strongheart's the professor and the Reaper? Okay. Okay. We need to wait. We need to stop for a sec. Okay. I'm betting Strongheart probably murdered Clint. And then blamed Asogi. And then when Asogi was gonna break out, Strongheart still killed him. Okay, apparently not. I read that like half an hour ago. Was that half an hour ago? It's been 10 minutes. Not even. Okay, so that I didn't Google. Okay.
It's finally opening, is it? Pandora's box.
Great Van Zieks family, and Lord Clint Van Ziek, he was a paragon of justice in the capital. But he was actually a mass murderer, a perpetrator of atrocities. If the general public ever found out law and order in this country, it would be finished. My brother.
Oh, this is too awful.
Oh, Vampire Man. I wonder though. Fuck. Whatever. Did he never suspect? Naruhodo? Look, Barrack Van Zieks is a brilliant prosecutor. Is it conceivable that he didn't realize what his older brother really was? It's such a hard thing to understand. Like, look at them! Look at how happy they are together! Look at them! Why would you think this guy goes around killing people with his doggo? Which is a really fucked up thing to do, mind you. You know what the interesting thing was? I only had a hint, okay? And obviously I like thought it, didn't say anything. So, oh my god, okay. I'm still waiting for this to come up in this book. At the end of the 5th case of the first game, okay, there was talk of a treasure that was hidden away that was worth $2,000 or something, right? There was a whole thing about tons of money being hidden in this place. And they were trying to find what this treasure item was, okay? It was hidden in like a room, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so what we find out is that it's a collar, okay? It kind of looks like a dog collar with blood on the inside, and it has a very fancy emblem on the front, okay? It has a very fancy emblem, and I remember looking at the emblem and kind of being like, that looks familiar, but I couldn't quite pick it in my head of like what it was familiar to exactly. But then when we next saw him in the game, when we next saw Van Zieks in the game, my brain was like, just for a second, was kind of like, was that the emblem? And I cannot remember. For the life of me, I do not remember accurately whether it was or wasn't. Screenshots, maybe? Let's see if I took a screenshot of it, guys. 2,000 screenshots! We've got this! Are we going backwards or forwards with this? Fuck. But it was... Here. Did I take a screenshot? Oh, no, it had a B. No, it was the fancy B. We've definitely seen this somewhere, right, though? I'm trying to remember where the fancy B's from. Could be anything, though. I just remember seeing that and being... Okay, so it was different. Actually, no. No, it still kind of has a little bit of the crown part, though. It has the top part of it. Wait, what? Oh, crazy. Look at the pretty man. It has like the little top part, but the rest of it's different. Still confuses me though. I'm pretty sure that's a B. Hi, Ultra! Though I can't pinpoint where. Exactly, right? It could have just been fancy writing in the backyard of somewhere, but that was game 2. Case 2. Oh, fuck, you're right. Shit. Okay, thank you. I thought it was the final case. God, it was so long ago. But also not at the same time. But yeah, I just remember thinking for a second, I was like, surely not, you know, like thinking of like, was that barrack symbol? And then just kind of like passed it off. You know, I didn't really like think anything more of it. So the fact that it ended up being connected to his brother is insane. Lord Van Zeeks. The professor made use of an enormous hound as his murder weapon. Tell me, did your brother own a dog? Yes, he did. Balmung. Oh, a B for Balmung. Okay. He was a well-known hunting dog. People called him a giant. I don't believe this. When my brother would go hunting in the forest of the grounds behind the house, he always took Balmung. After Clint's death, the creature passed away too, almost as if he was following his master. He was a magnificent hunting dog, worthy of the jeweled-studded collar around his neck. Jewel-studded collar. That's right, though sadly, some years ago now it was stolen by a thief who broke into the house one night. Yeah, we know about that. It so happens that myself and my colleagues have come across that collar. There we go. How could you?
There was an old emblem attached to the collar, too, made of pure gold. It was topped with a small crown and bore an ornate letter, capital letter B.
What? An emblem bearing the initial B?
Oh my, you know it.
It's the insignia of the Baskerville family. What? Baskerville? Why is that name coming up again? Baskerville is the family name of my late brother's widow. Oh, okay. That's something we would have never known, but okay. That pure gold emblem was an heirloom which Clint acquired upon their marriage. Where is the widow, anyway? There can be no doubt, then, the collar you've described as Balmung's. Nar. Nar! 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 That would be crazy! Aelin! Aelin! I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong, but I'm just saying, if Clint died, left behind a widow who had a kid called Iris, and then maybe the mother passed away soon after, what would you do with the poor kid? Did they put the kid into the care of Mr. Shams? No, that can't be. No, okay, don't tell me. I don't know. Okay, don't, it's fine. Okay, it's just a theory, a game theory, okay? Hi, Cameron. Hope you're doing well. Spur wrinkle positivity. Okay. I could be wrong. I could still be wrong, okay? Illy. I'm just saying that is a possibility. Why randomly mention the widow all of a sudden without any... that would make sense, okay? So Iris is secretly the niece of Barrack, which is very cute in, honestly, the ideas.
The family insignia of Lord Clint Van Zeek's widow.
Oh my god, words. I just got new gift subs. Yeah. I'm dancing because we nearing at the end. There was a considerable amount of blood on the collar when we saw it. Since we know the dog was used for hunting, it could have been from its quarry, of course. But it could equally have been from human prey. So it's true then. Clint Van Zeeks really was the professor? Impossible! These Japanese are making it up to extort their own! So in fact, the person responsible for these murders of nobles and royals was a noble himself. And that threatened to be an enormous scandal that would irrevocably destabilize the British society. My father knew that and was using it to negotiate his way out of the unjust charges brought against him. But at the very last hour, those he had bargained with betrayed him, slaying him mercilessly on this foreign soil. Well, can you deny it, Strongheart?
10 years have passed, and still now the 6 million inhabitants of our great capital rest easy, believing that justice was done.
Sir, I have a problem with your math. If 10 years have passed, then there's almost definitely more than 6 million people in your city. I don't think the math adds up. The population goes up incrementally. Okay, that is all. It's been 10 years. It should be at least 5 to 6 and then 6 to 7. Anyway, that though is sorry, I'm worrying about not important details. That though is remains the diabolical murderer was caught and executed.
Very well then, you may have the truth.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Tell me what Clint really was. I'm fine. Had a hard time sleeping with the random cough and fever I got last night. Thankfully, it's not as bad this morning, but still. Take all the medication, but not all at once. Take a moderate amount of, the normal amount of medication, and heal up real quick, okay? New fave. Oh! Boop.
Lord Clint Van Zieks was too pure of heart. When he became a prosecutor, went in pursuit of black roots of crime, he drove himself into a corner.
I'm just gonna read this normally, if this keeps going. He came to the uncomfortable realization that to find the most fiendish of criminals, he requires one to become even more fiendish oneself. Clint. Yeah, no, this isn't my first time, lol. Take all the medication. Oh my god. The 19th century was a truly miraculous 100 years of Great Britain, and indeed the whole world. New industry, new technology, and with the birth of the Metropolitan Police Service, new law and order. But these dazzling new developments meant even deeper shadows were cast on society. Water sullied by factories, air thick with noxious fumes, and crime, growing daily to fill the darkness. Lord Clint Van Zieks made it his mission to combat that darkness. But at the time, as time went on, it slowly ate at his soul, until eventually, he was consumed. Sure. It's ironic, really, and somewhat surprising, that the truth has once again been unearthed by a Japanese. Coming once again, what do you mean? 10 years ago, your father, Genshin Impact, turned up at my office one night. The professor?
The professor?
Yes, beyond all shadow of a doubt. You must issue a warrant to search his home at once.
Don't be absurd. The man comes from one of our most illustrious families. He's a paragon of justice here in the capital.
Yes, that's the point. That's why none of you British can see it. He's using his noble status as a diversion whilst he commits these atrocious crimes behind the scenes.
Do you have evidence?
Nothing definitive as of yet. Surely someone just needs to go follow him when he's going on a dog hunt. Got my hand bandaged up so I don't take the band-aid and tape stitches off in my sleep. That's good. But it's a dressing thing. Yeah, I know what you mean. But he keeps an enormous savage hound on the estate. We need the full support of the judiciary for this. We're up against a member of the aristocracy.
So a large family estate has a fierce guard dog. You should know that's commonplace here in Britain. I'm sorry, but I can't possibly put Scotland Yard onto this based on the tenuous accusation of a visiting student.
Can I just say, this gives Strongheart even more motivation to kill, Kazuma's father.
So I turned down Asogi's plea, and as a result, he took it upon himself to visit the Van Zieks mansion on his own. We can only imagine what happened between the two men. Though we know the outcome, of course, Lord Van Zieks perished.
Wait, so he So even though Asogi wasn't the professor, he still potentially killed Clint? I don't believe this. I don't know if I believe this either. So in actual fact, Cosima's father did? He made Lord Van Zeeks meet the same fate. He put a permanent end to the professor killings by taking the drastic measure of ending the perpetrator's life. I mean, that's I mean, that kind of at least matches up with his last will and testament, wouldn't you say? I mean, the fact that he's... Oh, shit. Fuck. Go back. The fact that in these papers, he's basically like... It is with deep sadness that I accept my fate in this foreign land in the knowledge that I will never see my family, my homeland and family again. It's kind of like... You know, he's chosen the lesser of two evils, you know? That's a big responsibility to put on yourself, though. I'm just saying, like, he could have gone around killing more people, and you could have been like, I'm going back to Japan, bye, you know? And you could have lived your life with guilt for the rest of your life, knowing that secret. But, like, you'd also be like, I'm in a different country, bye. Like, that's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. Vigilante justice, yo! Yeah! We love vigilante justice. That's one hell of a gamble, on the off chance of it being the right guy. Oh no, he sounds like he's pretty... I wouldn't be surprised that at the time he found some very definitive evidence. He wouldn't have killed the wrong person. I don't like Squeaky Man. Yeah, but don't worry, we'll get him arrested real soon.
As soon as I arrived, I hurried to the mansion. When I arrived, it was easy to grasp what had happened.
And what about the will?
Isugi must have already taken it. Nothing of that nature was found at the scene. We had no idea of the existence of such a document at the time.
Someone arrest Strongheart. He's still the Reaper.
I was the only person who knew of the true identity of the professor. So, I resolved to keep it a secret and guard the secret to the bitter end.
So you're admitting that you were behind it all? It was you, then, who pinned the crimes on my father.
I did what needed to be done in order to protect the lore and order of the British Empire. Even if that meant employing an unforgivable ruse.
And it was you who arranged this fabricated evidence.
I ordered the detective to take care of it, whilst keeping the truth from him naturally.
Gregson.
Obviously, he opposed me at first.
Are off your rocker? Fuck, no, wrong voice. Fuck. Are off your rocker? We can't be doing something like that. She's just a pirate. Hey, how's the case going? It is going. I'm surprised it is still going, to be honest. Okay, chaos. We're getting answers. We're slow. We're almost there. We're almost there. You're off your rocker. We can't do something like that.
There's no question it was Isugi who murdered Lord Van Zeeks. The house staff has made statements that they saw the man running from the mansion that night.
Yeah, well, I've no doubts it was the Japanese fella. But we haven't got a shred of conclusive evidence against the man. And worse than that, he doesn't keep a dog. We're short of a murder weapon to boot.
And we're short on time, Gregson. We must put a stop to this man's rampage for the good of the country. So we'll use whatever means necessary. Do I make myself clear, detective?
Blimey. Poor guy let himself get intimidated. So that night 10 years ago when I was attacked by those thugs in the back street, and Genshin's ring was taken, that was him, was it? That was Gregson and some hired help. Then the detective handed the stolen ring to Dr. Wilson, who feigned its discovery from the victim's stomach during the autopsy. And in the light of the decisive evidence, Mr. Asogi was found guilty of the charges brought against him. However, behind the scenes, he had actually already struck a deal with his accusers, in which he agreed to silently accept the charges. But I just don't believe that part. As far as I knew, the man my father despised such underhanded dealings. Maybe he wanted to go back home to his son.
It was extremely easy to make him comply. You see, he had one crippling weakness.
What weakness?
Isn't it obvious? You, Kazuma Asogi.
Me?
Perhaps you have no desire to return to your homeland, Asogi.
What?
Though I hear you have a 14-year-old son.
He was 14 at the time?
Agree to cooperate and accept your guilt without contention, and you will see Japan and your son again.
You scoundrel.
Whether you choose wisely or not, it will be a closed trial by order of Her Majesty. So whatever rash claims you might make in court will have no trouble in stifling them. Only one outcome for you, Asogi, the gallows.
Don't forget I still have a weapon at my disposal. A document revealing a truth that I know you're desperate to keep hidden.
Yes, it hadn't escaped my mind, which is the only reason I'm willing to bargain with you. I only want to protect this country's law and order.
And then murder you later.
So, what's it to be, Asogi?
Kazuma. Poor guy. Hey there, hope all is well. Yeah, I'm going well, Hyper. Hope you're looking after yourself. Truth always comes out, squeaky man. He did it for me. Aww.
As I told him at the time, my motive was simply to protect Britain from the damage the truth would do. To protect this country's law and order, at any cost.
He's trying to cover up his tracks. Yeah, do it! I've never dared let myself even consider this possibility until now. But in the light of all this treachery, I have to ask. The mastermind behind the Reaper of the Bailey. Was it you, Lord Male Strongheart?
I've killed so many people! A rather brilliant idea, wouldn't you say, Lord Barrackman Zeeks?
He admitted it! He admitted it!
That the spirit of your late brother, that paragon of justice, should return to reap justice for his sibling. Could there be a more appetizing tale for London's masses, I ask you? What? What brazen? I knew that you'd play the part to perfection, but your role really wasn't that of some embodiment of death. No, you were London's guardian angel.
An angel with bloody hands? I think not.
Those who had cooperated with me already were only too happy to participate in my plan.
Were they really happy, or was it kind of like begrudgingly so? Oh my god, it's still going. There's still 3 more parts after this. What is happening? Okay.
Inspector Gregson, Mr. Dr. Wilson. My minions worked tirelessly to ensure that the finger of guilt would never come to rest on you. And it's all thanks to them that you were exalted as the demigod the Reaper became.
But Dr. Wilson left Britain 4 years ago when he was invited to work in Japan.
That's right. So I had to employ the services of his young protege after that. Dr. Courtney Scythe.
Scythe.
So what with the execution of the professor and the subsequent reign of the Reaper of the Bailey?
Can you tell I'm getting really tired of this voice? Oh god, this game is long AF. I know.
I've successfully safeguarded law and order in our mighty capital
for the past decade. God, I want you to shut up. That is everything. Excellent. Case closed. Right? Everyone else is speechless too.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, I do hereby confess it was I who sired the concept of the Reaper. However, let me say in my defense, it resolve for the preservation of law and order across the entire empire.
Boo! You murdered people. Lord Strongheart did it? An unforgivable collection of crimes, but still. All those who died at the Reaper's hands, if it was all in aid to keep London safe. Boo!
There's no one left now who can reveal the precise truth of what happened 10 years ago. Therefore, the trial can go no further. Now, I'd like to entreat all those present. Beyond these four walls, nobody need know the truth. Even Her Majesty must be protected from this.
Boo! Why is Her Majesty? Can we get the Queen in? I think we should all take a vote, guys. We should all take a vote. All in favor of Strongheart being an absolute piss cunt and getting him arrested, say aye. Aye. Alright, the ayes have it. Aye. I was waiting for it, I was waiting for it. I think we account for a whole country.
I trust you all appreciate the importance of my request. It is of course for the good of the country.
Boo. Can he do this? Does the trial really end now? Yeah, hold your horses. I have one last question. For the accused, Lord Van Zieks. What? Of course, I know you are a highly accomplished prosecutor, so I find it hard to believe that you didn't have any doubts at all. That you never suspected your older brother. Yeah, the same thought occurred to me. It was only once, but yes, I couldn't say that I never had my doubts. My brother's sense of justice was extremely strong. Perhaps too strong, I observed. At that time, there were members of the aristocracy who were bleeding their country dry for their own gain. And since they were nobles, they were untouchable. For my brother, it was a source of great turmoil.
And coincidentally, at the same time, the professor began his terrifying reign.
During the time of the professor's killings, my brother did not appear to be himself. And that made you suspect? Yes. But it was only once, not more. Only once, really? Clint wasn't the culprit. That was my conclusion at the time, and I still believe that now.
Do you have any evidence to support that idea?
The third victim was Lord Chief Justice at the time. Another good reason why the Reaper might have done it. It was he who recognized my brother's potential and trained him to be a prosecutor. No matter what the circumstances, it's unthinkable that my brother could have killed his friend and mentor.
That will do. Neither Clinton, Van Zieks, nor Genshin Impact will still walk this earth. However much we debate this matter, we cannot hope to reach a conclusion.
Aye.
There are only two extant pieces of evidence from the time. The woebegone ring that acted as the incriminating evidence to condemn Genshin Isogi, and the 3-paged last will.
It's 2 pages! It's 2 pages long! It's 2 pages long! We caught him in a fucking lie! Let's go! Oh, this motherfucker! Okay, okay, breathe. What did you say, bitch? Okay, come on! Objection! Objection! Okay, breathe. Okay. The wretched truth of what happened is exactly as I've explained. But, oh my god. Objection!
Later today!
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh, I have to wait. Okay.
Later today, I will present myself at the Ministry of Justice for whatever sanction is deemed appropriate. That is all. Court is adjourned.
Objection! Objection! Thank you. Yes! Rinosuke. Let's go. Okay. Thank you, Kazuma. Me. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have made this 11th hour discovery. What discovery? My lord, I'm afraid I must insist the trial continues. I beg your pardon, I'm so loving this. As the court has been reminded today already, we must stop at nothing to uncover the whole truth. And to that end, one particular statement made by somebody in this court moments ago revealed a very subtle contradiction. Oh, I'm so happy with myself for picking it out.
What contradiction?
But all I did was ask the accused one simple question.
Well, it began with Lord Van Zeeks and his recollection about his brother. But Lord Strongheart didn't permit the defendant to speak at length. I merely pointed out...
Okay. Strongheart. It was Strongheart, I'm sure of it. Come on, Ryunosuke. Think back over the words. I'm so happy. I love pieces of the puzzle like this. He done goofed! Wait a fucking minute, it's also got red. Also the scarlet ink. Wait, what? What do you mean also has the scarlet ink? Wait, what? Did I miss something? What? Oh, he said penned in black ink and left behind by the man. No, I think it's the 3-page part because it was penned in black. It was penned in black.
Explain what, counsel?
Among the statements you just made a few minutes ago, something you said was inconsistent with a certain piece of evidence we have.
Inconsistent?
And whilst an inconsistency remains, the defense has the right to pursue an explanation. Ryunosuke, what?
Let me warn you about the statement you're making, counsel. It may very well prove faithful.
I love the English language. The scarlet one is an extra piece of evidence they don't have. Then why was there red ink? Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, I know it's really confusing. Don't get me wrong. You might be right, okay? You might be right, but we need to... So, as far as I understand, Clint, the guy who died, was writing a last will and testament, and he was writing that in red ink, okay? And then Asogi, after killing Clint, took that letter and hid it away, and what that letter was a confession to being the killer of all of the professor cases, okay? This game's so convoluted, yes. So the black ink is merely consistent with oh my god, and the handwriting. That was another thing that was noted too. The black ink and the handwriting is accurate to Kazuma's understanding of his father's handwriting. Okay. Let's fucking go.
Take that!
This here is the will left behind Mr. Asogi. 2-paged will. What? Yet moments ago, your precise words were the 3-paged last will and testament. Okay. God, these still look fucking blurry. Okay, that's fine. Good enough. Oh. Could it be that originally there was a 3rd page?
For a moment, I thought perhaps you'd identified something worthwhile, but it's merely a trifle.
Trifle.
Governor Kaiden.
What can I do for you, sir?
As present with the Japanese man penned his last will and testament.
I was there for sure. I remember the black worm like scrolls to this day. And I'm quite certain, my lord, there was a 3rd page at the time. What? Only the first 2 pages were the actual will, though. If I mind correctly, the 3rd was a message to his lad back in Japan.
For legal purposes, we required only his will.
And we wouldn't have wanted any uncomfortable words about Britain to get back to Japan, eh? So it was decided that the 3rd page ought not to be sent.
Objection.
How dare you make that decision? I had a right to know what it said, to hear my father's final words to me. I agree.
The courtroom is no place for sentimentality, counsel.
Says you, fucking bitch-ass McGee. You've been fucking emotional all over the place. As it happens, I have the third page of the document with me here now. Yes! Slay! My father's message.
It will be given to you at the end of these proceedings.
It'll be too late once the trial is over. We need to know what it says now. Even the slightest thing may give us a vital clue. My lord, the defense calls for Genshin Impact's last words to his sons be read out loud before the court now. Oh my god.
Your request is denied.
I'm doing so well. Hold it together.
The inevitable maudling words can be of no consequence now.
Objection.
What is that sound? The truth. The prosecution agrees. The court should know the contents of that message. Every possible piece of evidence must be thoroughly examined.
Very well then. You'll read the third page.
Only I should point out, my lord, I cannot read a word of language. It's beautiful writing. Shame on you, Barry. Who's talking? Yeah, Makotoba. Back in the business. If I could be of assistance here, I'd be happy to translate the words into English for the court.
Father. You're still here, are you, Dr. Makotoba?
Naturally, I consider myself a member of the judiciary, albeit a lowly one. Perhaps I should quietly withdraw after I've translated Genshin's message.
Your cooperation is much appreciated.
Come on, read it out, read it out. Kazuma, the truth is shrouded in darkness. A darkness only our clan's great sword can pierce. Mighty Karama, twist thy head and watch them fall. All thy mortal foes. It's happening! The sword! That's the end of the message, it would seem. Haiku poem, twist thy head. Father.
What is Karama?
The name of the Isogi clan's famous sword. A razor-sharp blade known to all, passed down for the generations. It embodies the Japanese spirit. Yeah, we've heard it before, mate. It's in the fucking hilt. It is. It's not known to me. It's the katana sword that was submitted as evidence earlier in the proceedings. The one worn by the prosecution counsel when he confronted Inspector Gregson. Okay. Oh, he's so mad. He's so mad. I'm a little upset that I tried examining the sword earlier and it didn't fucking let me. Like, I could have been on top of this even more if it had just fucking let me present. Yeah, here we go. Twist thy head and watch thy fall.
Might I take a suggestion? Perhaps it doesn't mean your head. Sword's head is the part at the very end of the hilt. But it's pronounced as Kashira, I believe.
Kashira? So Mr. Sogi's words really meant twist the butt of the hilt? You don't think... Fine, fuck. How did it take so long for anyone to find this? Okay, guys, I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just saying. Kazuma should have found this sooner, okay? They should have found this fucking years ago. They didn't need some sort of stupid clue. Do you know why? Because I am a child. Okay, we have all been children, okay? Who has not had a fucking pen and been like, gonna take the, try to like pull the pen apart or something, you know what I mean? Okay, there's no fucking way if you owned a sword and you could easily pop the top off that you wouldn't have at some point as a kid been like, da 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 da, oh, there's something in here, like... I'm just saying. It's crazy to me that no one found it sooner. And I like, it's even crazier that you know, like we half had this like idea around this simply because Kazuma, to begin with, was like, why does Kazuma think his father was innocent, right? There was that whole question. And we were like, oh, it makes sense that maybe there was something hidden in the sword. But instead, for some psychotic reason, they were like, oh no, he got hate mail from a country from across the other side of the world. That's how he found out, and he didn't find this? Ridiculous. Always took it apart. Thank you. Thank you. I'm an autistic child. We meddle with things, okay? Look what's inside. Is that tightly wound piece of parchment? Read. Oh my god. It's in the red writing! Oh my god. Scarlet ink. It's written in scarlet ink. Read it. I penned this, my last will and testament, in the final moments before my inevitable and willing death. Willing? It's willing! This is it, isn't it? Hada, look at the signature at the end. Clint Van Zeeks, and the date, 10 years ago on that fateful night. So for 10 years, it's been silently concealed inside Karama, and nobody knew of the last will and testament of Lord Clint Van Zeeks. Wait, oh my goodness. Look at this. This is unbelievable. Crazy. Wait, was that an entire new piece of evidence? Yes, okay, alright. Let's pretend I read that.
Clint Van Zeeks tragically lost all sense of morality. When he met his former mentor, clearly he was already devoid of his noble faculties.
How dare you! I refuse to believe that of my brother.
Too much time has passed. We cannot ever hope to know what we do know. Especially since the alleged will that he penned in his final moments appear to have been lost forever.
That's not true. Objection! Lord Strongar, you appear to be in something of a hurry to wrap things up. I wonder why. Yeah, sass him. I've heard you state time and time again during these proceedings that everything you did was in the interest of protecting the British law and order. I like that TV show. Want a hidden achievement? Yeah? Yeah, I do. Oh, it's the video I'm watching. Someone burnt their toast and triggered the fire alarm. Oh, that sounds stressful. You probably respected the sword too much to fiddle it with like that. No, you would. You totally would. I would, okay? Anything you could pop off? Examine Karama's head again. For examining the... I'm sorry, hold on. What did I just say? For examining the head of Karama again after finding the crucial evidence inside. Admittedly, I didn't read that. Okay. Well.
I stand by that now. Without the Reaper, we could never have achieved the reduction in crime the capital has seen.
What about Inspector Gregson then? And Dr. Wilson. They were no criminals. You used them to achieve your ends. And then you had them killed. However you dress it up, there was nothing fair or just about that. Oh, strong art. What exactly is it you're hiding?
Miss Dr. Makotaba, were you not to quietly withdraw after the translation? In this courtroom, no argument carries weight unless it is supported by evidence. It would seem the defense has no more evidence to present.
Yeah, we do.
I hereby declare all discourse from these proceedings to be struck from the record.
Oh, fuck you. We don't have to do anything that this guy says. I just want to say. There's a whole group of judiciary watching this. They don't have to stand here and watch this. Wait, my lord. As it happens, the defense does have evidence to present.
Well, don't be absurd.
I think it's the first time I've seen him recoil like that.
There's nothing of relevance remaining from the time.
It's high time you realize something, my lord. This gentleman has an uncanny habit of messing around with things, of producing evidence at the final hour that has escaped everyone else's attention. Just calling him out.
Nonsense.
What is it, Rianosuke? What do you have? I dare say, the final decisive piece of evidence that will reveal the whole truth about this rotten tale. I'm so excited. Finally. It's not wrong though. No.
Decisive.
Appears no escaping it now, my lord. Oh my lord, let's figure out what happened.
Take that!
There is a single piece of evidence that can clarify what really happened 10 years ago.
The last will and testament of Lord Clint Van Zeeks. Ah, a wonderful astute observation. But in case it was escaped your notice, that document is long lost.
That's right, it was. Only. Until now. I love the idea that you just took Kazuma's sword from him and was like, let me look at your sword there for a second.
Impossible! That can't be!
Everything that happened comes back to this will. This document is the key that will unlock the entire mystery. My brother's last will and testament, where did you find that? Yes, it was rolled up inside this. Oh, inside Karuma. That ultimate weapon Genshin Impact obtained had lain undisturbed in the hilt of his sword all these years, just waiting for the right time to emerge and reveal the truth. The signature and seal certainly look official. My god, it's true. It's my... I'm gonna die. What the actual fuck is this bullshit plot armor? It literally... He's afraid of it like the plague. Okay. It's my brother's handwriting. There can be no mistake. Oh, he's sweating.
I forbid the contents of that document be from being read out loud. Do you hear me? I strictly forbid it.
No. Read it. I can't do that, my lord. This document should explain everything.
That document could literally destroy the meaning of the justice in this country.
That's because you define yourself as the meaning of justice within this country. So you're saying it's going to break you? Why? What are you trying to hide? Could it be that you already know what's written on this page?
What are you implying? Court adjourned with immediate effect. Clear the courtroom.
Yes, show your legs. Do that, my lord, and you'll suffer a fatal blow as Lord Chief Justice. God, I love him.
I beg your pardon.
Possibly ending a trial without good reason, and not any trial, a closed trial by order of Her Majesty the Queen. To defy the monarch's will is treason. Yes. I can make a sweat. I so love that you call him Genshin Impact. It's so good. I mean, how could I not? We have the right to hear what's in the will. A right and a duty. Well, my lord. It would rather appear as though proceedings aren't gonna go quite as you hoped.
You fools.
Go ahead, Rianosuke. Read it. The prosecution gives it full support. I'm so excited.
No, for God's sake.
He's shaken. Fool. I pen this, my last will and testament, in the final moments before my inevitable and willing death. The hour is 11 p.m., and I sit at my writing desk in my office. My good friend Asogi stands at my shoulder. Oh! Okay, I'm so fine. He has expressed his intent to invoke the dying ritual of the duel, that I may depart this world with honor. an honor of which I am utterly undeserving. The Japanese are truly merciful people. I, Clint Van Zieks, Lord of the Manor of the Van Zieks Estate, hereby confess to the following. God. I am the killer who has come to be known in society as the Professor, guilty of 4 counts of murder. Why would he kill his best friend though? I will not hear discourse the corruption rife among the aristocracy, which is to me as one of them so apparent. However, 6 months ago, I took the life of a member of the House of Lords at the heart of the depravity. A demon who habitually sacrificed the common man to further his own interests, abusing his position of power. The law is impotent against such vile avarice. Only a fellow demon can rid society of this menace. That demon was my quarry, upon whom I willingly sent my great hound. But though I am a hunter of some experience, I am a poor felon, it seems. My guilt was at once recognized by another, and I became subject to his extortion. He held over me the threat of exposing my wicked crime to my beloved wife and brother. Under that threat, I have done this man's bidding for months now, killing those he demanded I kill. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. As I watched my former mentor perish before my eyes at the jaws of the hound I commanded. Oh, poor man! Oh my god. I had a feeling it was gonna be something like this, but this is crazy. I thought maybe with like the 3rd crime, but like, sorry, with the 4th man he killed. But like, what? In fact, he got away with extortioning him this whole time. I realized that I had lost the last shred of decency within me and sunk to the level of a wild beast. There is no path back to the light, be it I or my dear friend Asogi who dies this night. I am eternally damned. To my extortioner, male strong heart, may you feel the jaws of the beast at your throat every time you swallow. Oh my god! Oh my god! Let's fucking go. That's insane. What a fucking crazy line. This man writing poetry on his deathbed. Come on. Oh, we got there. The line is fire. I know, right? If Clint was the professor, then Strongheart was the dean. Oh my god. That's a funny line. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. Oh, so good. Yeah, fuck you, mate. So now we know, yes, Clint Van Zieks was a murderer, but somebody was directing him and naming his victims, his extortioner, Lord Male Strongheart. It was you! Lord Strongheart, a moment ago, you claimed that what the court has just heard could destroy justice in this country. But you were just trying to protect justice. You weren't trying to protect justice at all. All you were doing was to conceal the secret of your true nature and the countless lives you've sacrificed up until now. It's kind of sad though that it's like the guy was like, I killed one guy and now I'm being coerced into murdering all these other people too. Because I like to believe that this man obviously killed the first lot and was like, this man is truly terrible, ended up killing him, and then was like, oh my god, that was a terrible idea, I never want to do this again, I'm gonna distance myself from all of this. And then Male Strangleheart came in and you were like, I'm gonna fucking stab you. It just didn't make sense to me. Then the 3rd victim, the former Lord Chief Justice, was my brother's benefactor and a man of lofty principle. As I said, Clint had no possible reason to kill the man. But you did, didn't you, Lord Strongheart? To eliminate the man who stood between you and the office you set your sights on. Pardon. So you used your own hunting dog, Lord Clint Van Zeeks, to take him down.
It had to be done. London's unsavory shadows are deep, and the arm of the law fails to reach their depths. Crime must be cut off at the roots, but the Lord Chief Justice at the time couldn't see that. He was weak. Lofty principles, you say, tantamount to cowardice if you ask me. Which is why I took his place, in order to fight the crime he was allowing to spread like wildfire.
By murdering the man.
The Reaper, the Professor, the name doesn't make a difference. As I've explained countless times, it was all done in the furtherance of the law and order in London.
The fact that he can still stand right now is crazy to me. This is how fucking pig-headed this guy is, okay? That he's still touting that this is all for the law and order of the city. Like,
Objection.
are you going to legitimize the murder of my father now too?
Ah, Genshin Asugi. Well, that was unfortunate. I had fully intended to send him back to Japan as we'd agreed.
I don't believe you. It was you, wasn't it? You killed him.
No, it wasn't me who took your father's life.
Then who?
On the night following his mock execution, I went to Logate Cemetery at 3 in the morning with Jikoku.
What?
There had to be a collaborator on the Japanese side to manage Asogi's treatment after his repatriation. Jikoku had fierce ambition. It made him easy to manipulate. 10 years ago, after he'd stood trial for the destruction of the witness stand, I had words with him. When I told him the position of Minister of Foreign Affairs could be his, he couldn't agree fast enough.
Saishiro, you fool!
As you know, Asogi escaped the prison in a closed casket and was subsequently interred. We agreed to dig him out of the grave before he ran out of air. But sadly, all did not go to plan.
Oh, the guy found him.
There was an unexpected visitor to the cemetery with his own ideas about digging up graves. A man who witnessed what nobody was supposed to see.
Enoch Drebber.
Of course, I knew grave robbers frequented London cemeteries. But that grave on that particular night... lost.
If anyone finds out the convict really wasn't executed, the scandal will rock the very foundations of the Empire. Then what do we do? Shoot him, Mr. Jikoku. Shoot Asogi at once. Oh. He can't live now. This has happened. He has to go. Guys, perfectly good explanation for this. Okay, guys, come here. Oh no, he saw him. Knock the guy unconscious. Could have knocked Enoch unconscious. All right. Carried him away back to his home or something. And then he wakes up and he's like, oh, that was a strange dream. Like, they didn't have to kill the guy. They were already going through so much like tricksy stuff here. They could have totally whacked this guy over the head, okay? In fact, wouldn't it have made more sense to have Enoch die? They could have killed, okay, guys, even better idea. Kill Enoch Drebber in this one moment, bury him where the body's supposed to be, and then let Kazuma get away anyway. There were two perfectly good ideas, and yet they were like, nah, we'll shoot the zombie guy because no one will believe that. Okay, sorry, I'm just coming up with alternatives. What are you talking about? We had an agreement. You promised him to return to Japan. Oh, everything has changed now. If the truth got out because of this, as I said, shoot the guy, not Kazuma. You could have shot... Both of us would be finished forever. Come on, Jikoku, do it. Pull the trigger. Shoot. 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 Oh, Kazuma. Jikoku shot Asogi from the shadows. Grave robber was so close, the blood sprayed over his coat. He fled as fast as his legs would carry him. Then Jikoku and I put Asogi's body back in the grave from which he'd just emerged. This is insane. When I later learnt of the waxwork modeler's appearance at the scene as well, I made her swear to two things. Never to remove the professor's mask, and never to speak of the events of that night. And with that, the secret was buried along with Asogi's corpse.
So, now you know what really happened in Lowgate Cemetery that night.
Fuck, man, that's so sad. Alright, is that everything? You know what's crazy? We're still not done.
It was Chikoku, your Japanese acquaintance, who killed Asogi in the end. He claimed to be the man's friend, but when push came to shove, he pulled the trigger.
Just before Mr. Chikoku left the courtroom earlier, he said that the assassin exchange proposal was a demand from his British counterpart, not a request. So you coerced him too, using what happened to the graveyard.
By that time, Chikoku was the Minister of Foreign Affairs negotiating international treaties with Britain. You can imagine what would have happened if it came to light he murdered a compatriot 10 years earlier.
Sure.
You would have lost everything. I merely reminded him of that.
How do you sleep at night?
Quite well, actually. These past 10 years, I've fought tirelessly with the darker recesses of London's criminal underworld, and I've used whatever means necessary to ensure that justice prevails and law and order reigns supreme.
That couldn't be further from the truth. The fact is, you haven't fought crime at all.
How dare you! I saved Clint Van Zeeks from dishonor in his death.
Objection.
Whilst behind the scenes, you systematically buried anyone who stood in your way, and then you made my father take the blame.
It was unavoidable. It was the only way to protect our justice system and public order.
Let's not forget the others you had killed as well. Setting the defendant up at the Reaper to cover up the truth behind the murders of countless more.
That's enough! Do you have any idea of the conniving that led to the acquittal of those wretched criminals? We have to fight fire with fire. Our courts can't function without a Reaper.
Yes, they can.
Can't you all see I've done for this country? This has been my struggle.
You've done nothing. It's Lord Van Zeeks here who worked tirelessly and justly in court whilst enduring the disgrace of the Reaper name. Aww, look at them, healing, oh. Okay, and Inspector Gregson, fraught with anguish for having sullied his hands through a desire to do the right thing. Not to mention Genshin Impact, who risked his life going in pursuit of the truth you tried to hide. No, the darker recesses of London's underworld were largely filled by you. Oh my god, he's so mad.
You little, when will we get it through your thick skulls?
That it was all for Queen and country. I'm tiring of that excuse. You have consistently twisted the truth for bargaining power to make others do your bidding, nothing more. People who willingly twist the truth and coerce others have no right to call themselves part of the judiciary. Yeah, you fuck! Everyone knows who I'm talking about. I strongly suggest you don't ever talk of justice again. Oh my god, that's so funny. I strongly suggest you ever talk of justice again. It's just so funny. Like, he can't just be like, don't talk about it. He's just like, I strongly suggest. Tell him. Oh my god. Oh my god, okay. Looks like he's been electrocuted up there. Someone should put him in the chair, to be honest. Can I just say, I really love how well they're demonstrating Strongheart's character here, though. Really demonstrating that kind of, like, self-important opinion. I'm trying to remember what, like, I want to say almost Machiavellism, but I can't remember if it's that one or the other one.
Well. Dear me, my good fillers, dear me.
This is very intimidating. He's flying away. But it really demonstrates how much he's, like, obviously associates his goal in life and his... Oh my god, okay. I'm so distracted. I have to keep going.
A well-deserved round of applause, I think, for a quite marvelous performance.
What are you talking?
Those delightful, grave expressions, those beautifully pronounced Queen's English. Really, our friend from the Far East are quite the picture of industriousness.
You fraud. Keep your mockery. Please.
Please, don't misunderstand. It really is exactly as you've both said.
Okay. But is he a Machiavellian? But he is a Machiavellian. I was saying that because I know there's like 3 different definitions and I always get them mixed up in my head. So I was going to Google it, but his clapping was like so like intimidating. Yeah. Let's see what it says. But there's like a whole point, right? Where it's like, obviously like, oh yeah, it's called the Dark Triad. I keep forgetting. Where's the simple definition? Let's just go on Merriam-Webster. Megalomaniac? Maybe? That is the other word. I forget that word. I just need to think of megalovania. But anyway, so this one says suggesting the principles of marked by cunning, duplicity, or bad faith. I was expecting a little bit more of a definition than that, but fine. Okay, wait, let me go megalomaniac. Okay, that's not spelling correctly. Megalomaniac meaning. A person with an obsessive wealth of power and wealth. Often accompanied by delusions of their own extreme importance of or superiority. Yeah, kind of leaning in that possession, in that thing. I want to say though, well, what I was going to say is that I wouldn't say that he has an obsessive desire for power, wealth. Okay, actually no, it says or control. Okay, he definitely has obsessive desire for control. Specifically, because he doesn't make it out that he's obviously got all of this wealth and money or anything. He's a noble. Like, that doesn't really mean anything to him. But as I said, like, he's very much made his own ego and the country's justice system as one. He's very seamlessly put that together and put his, like, you know, responsibility of, like, taking care of these things into themselves. And, it's just a really good way of, like, doing this kind of like villain arc, you know, like there's no sense of guilt, and you'll never probably get any sense of guilt. I might be wrong about that, we might find that out in a second, but theoretically, like, it's hard for him to consider guilt when he has that much of like a, you know, ego for himself, basically. What are you trying to say?
I have occupied the darkest how do you put it? Done nothing? I confess, it's a little embarrassing to have it pointed out so starkly, but yes, I really have done nothing, which means I can be indicted for nothing. No.
What? Extortioning is a crime.
It's true, personally, I've committed no crime.
It's still extortioning.
I've really been surrounded by fools who acted very rashly indeed.
You can't get away with that. You've consistently preyed on people's weaknesses. Also, we have like tons of people watching right now. I'm just saying. I know this is a closed court, but no way is it gonna stay closed.
And what? Threaten them? Are you saying it wasn't just bargaining?
Sure.
I would like to address all the good lords and ladies.
All the good lords and ladies of the judiciary here present. You all know of these darker recesses in our great capital. Deep down, I believe you also know. Ugh.
That that to fight those who dwell there requires at least some of us to occupy the darkness ourselves. So let me appeal to your good sense now. Consider the situation with me. If this catalog of horrifying revelations were to become common knowledge among the 6 million inhabitants of London, what might happen? To learn that the infamous murderer of royals and nobles was a respected member of the aristocracy himself, that evidence was fabricated in the scapegoat's trial amid secret negotiations with prosecutors to effect a jailbreak. I'm crying. This hurts. Oh my god. I reckon he shot Asogi. No, we've already covered that. Jikoku. Jikoku shot Asogi. Under Strongheart's insistence. Okay. That the Reaper of the Bailey was an organized group of assassins managed by a Scotland Yard inspector. And finally, that it was all masterminded by the Lord Chief Justice himself. Sorry, I skipped that. Sorry. If the general public of Britain knew the truth, all faith in the police and the prosecutor's office would be completely lost, without doubt. Public order in the capital would completely break down, would be cast back into the lawless days of the last century. Not necessarily. Precisely, as it was 100 years ago when 1 in 10 of the population were criminals.
I mean, that's pretty impressive, if anything.
Think about what we've accomplished since then. A public policing officer, a comprehensive set of laws.
It's almost like things are better when you abide by the laws. We all know who I'm talking about.
I say again, we must at times occupy the darkness ourselves.
Such a nice line to hear from such a crazy guy. What an interesting line. Definitely a good line for a book.
We have successfully identified and apprehended the man responsible for taking Inspector Gregson's life. That is all that was expected of the trial. Will be eliminated from the minutes of these proceedings.
Blah, 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 blah.
Well, my lords and ladies and gentlemen, what say you?
He has a point. The things Lord Strong has done are quite unforgivable. No! The truth truth throughout. Can't deny that the threat of the Reaper over the years have done wonders. And by fair means or foul, that's all thanks to the Lord Strongheart. Oh. Really? This judiciary must be filled with rabbits. Are you kidding me? This is the will of the British judiciary. Who is the judiciary? Kinda looks like a cockatoo now that I look at him like that.
For your rousing response, friends, I express my heartfelt gratitude. Therefore, in accordance with the overwhelming wishes of the court, the record shall be erased.
Can I shoot him? Man, is this how America feels right now? You have to respect the man's ability to turn a situation to his favor. Lord Strongheart really is a master of manipulation.
You've concluded.
God, I'm losing all moisture in my mouth. Okay. Okay.
You've conclusively proven his guilt. Yet still he manages to evade justice. I just don't know what we can do.
Rinosuke. Okay, I read this. I did read this. It's time for the bunny rabbit again.
Oh my, yes, Mr. Sholmes asked if you heard that earlier.
We've exposed all of Lord Strongheart's wrongdoings now. I've no doubt that Mr. Sholmes has already deduced exactly how the truth would unfurl. So I think it must be time for the great detective to take center stage, don't you?
Yes, absolutely. Let's take the hair by the ears then and heave.
Heave? Ow, 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 ow. My dear fellows, must I remind you every time a gentle tug will suffice. Mr. Sholmes, you're looking in quite the wrong direction, Naruhodo, because I'm over here.
Oh, Naruhodo, he's...
What?
Mr. Sholmes.
How did he figure out how to make a projector? He made a projection of himself? Oh, I wasn't expecting you back, Sholmes. Delighted to be here again, Lord Strongheart.
What? What is the meaning of this? Bailiff, seize him! Put that man in irons! This is a close court. You've been warned once already, man.
What the? We can't get hold of him, my lord. Can't touch this. This is the best thing ever in the world. We just go right through him. Oh my god. It's like, can we just make him stand? This is the best thing ever. I love it so much. I'm afraid your efforts are wasted, you see. The great detective you see before you is composed entirely of light and shadow, an image, if you will. Mr. Netherholder, I must congratulate you on your fine deductions. Mr. Sholmes, what on earth is... Are you familiar? I wonder with the invention known as the telephone. Yeah. I heard that some recent telephones have been installed recently in Tokyo. Sound of the speaker voice is converted to an electrical signal and transmitted instantly to another place. Quite. Sounds are transmitted, so could not images keep them company, I mused. Iris and I did some modest experimentation to develop such a device specifically for this very day. Sure. Modest experimentation, Mr. Sholmes. What a modest description. And somewhat incidentally, I thought we might just as well transmit an entire scene. What? Now you're just being immodest. Do you mean to say you're actually here, Sholmes? Ah, I knew my trusty partner would have no trouble grasping the concept. Except he's grasping the stand to steady himself after your shock arrival. Poor father. I would have hoped he might have been forewarned, being the great detective's great partner.
Leave my courtroom at once. Get out, or I swear to you.
Dear me, you are, on the other hand, Mr. Strongheart, appear to have very poor grasp of the situation. Please be with the Queen, please be with the Queen, please be with the Queen. Allow me to reiterate, I am not here, which would hope lead naturally to one asking, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay. Imagine the motion cap studio. I would love it. I'd love nothing more. Where exactly are you? A very question I was awaiting. I'm at present enjoying the air in a rather splendid garden. Oh my god, here we go. A garden? Not just any garden, you understand. A garden at Buckingham Palace. Yes! Can you imagine how he's actually fucking is with the Queen? Dude, can you imagine Mr. Sholmes rocks up on your front door and you're like, oh my god, you're that famous detective, please come in, come in. And he's like, well, I mustn't I'm actually here for a purpose. And she's like, oh, sit down, have some tea, tell me all about it. Is this another one of your great book ideas for the newspaper? And he's like, well, we're getting there. You actually really need to watch this television set I have with me. She's like, oh, what's this fabulous device? I call it a television, okay? You should be able to watch what's happening in court from here. And she's just sitting there that whole time like, oh, he did not. Oh. Okay. Love it.
What? You can't be Buckingham Palace.
Buckingham Palace, Mr. Sato? I never heard of it. Do you ever read the news? No. Is Iris with you though? Ah, well now. Iris is currently enjoying some tea. With Her Majesty. I love it. I love it. Her Majesty? Not just any Her Majesty, you understand? Her Majesty, the Queen of the British Empire. I wish they brought her in sooner.
What?
What on earth is all this about? Buckingham Palace is Her Majesty the Queen's residence in London, Naruhodo.
Order in the court. I demand immediate silence. Her Majesty the Queen? You can't be. I mean, no. This This is some sort of unforgivable, distasteful trickery by a third-rate detective, that's all.
Unforgivably tasteful trickery. What an apt description. A closed court session attended by elite members of the judiciary is a rare event. I presumed that Her Majesty would be more than a little curious about the proceedings, so I decided to show her everything from start to finish. God bless you, Shams. Huh? You showed her? Indeed. By dint of the Herlock Sholmes remote cinematograph. Cinematograph.
You meddling!
There's some kind of nightmare, bro. Just as I appear to be standing before you, regaling your talk of my latest invention. No doubt you've inferred that the reverse is also true. You don't mean... Her Majesty has seen and heard every moment of the proceedings. I assume there would be no objection, after all. Every trial in this country is conducted under the auspice of Her Majesty, as you know.
You.
I confess I'm quite impatient to hear Her Majesty's opinion about the unforgivable, distasteful trickery in which you've been engaged over the last 10 years.
No, I was merely... Oh, I'm so sorry to keep you all waiting. Vicky and I... Vicky! Oh my god, we're best friends! Vicky and I had so much to talk about. Oh, Iris, there you are.
I really hope this is all just a joke and a ploy. I kind of want it. It would be so based. Oh my god, she has... Oh my god. Oh my god.
In fact, I have a little message here from Her Majesty.
Oh my god, I'm so happy.
A message?
Well then, is everyone sitting comfortably? Forthwith and with immediate effect, all authority previously afforded to male Strongheart is hereby revoked for evermore. Furthermore, he will be prosecuted for crimes against his country in a public trial by jury in the coming days. So it seems that Her Majesty doesn't believe we need to fight fire with fire. Justice in this country needn't be administered from the shadows at all. Male Strongheart. The darkness you fostered to conceal your despicable actions these last 10 years is a thing of the past now. After today, your brand of law and order has no future because no longer are you the Lord Chief Justice. In the eyes of the law and Her Majesty the Queen, you are nothing but a criminal. Let's fucking go. In a reverse. Yeah.
Adjourned!
Ooh. Yeah, fuck you. Whoa. Set him on fire. Oh, I really wanted to see his body burn. Fuck. What the fuck? Oh my god. But a bitch. Everyone applauds. Now he's burning the image. Nice. Good bit. Good bit. Lord Clint Van Zooks left a will in which he confessed to everything. When those words came out of Ahsoka's mouth, it deranged me completely. I knew I must do anything and everything in my power to contain the situation. But I couldn't find the damned document. I searched his cell, but it wasn't there. Which precipitated the jailbreak plot, I presume. What do you mean? The need to obtain that will was all-consuming. I was sure that if I facilitated Asogi's escape, he would emerge with the will somewhere on his person. But despite searching his limp body in the cemetery that night, it still eluded me. It never even crossed my mind that it was concealed in the sword's hilt. I know he's becoming a Lord of Cinder. Don't give him that title. That's too cool of a title. There's people who have bled to become Lord of Cinder. This guy's just a fuckboy. What pains me now is that my brother left this world without a word to me. I'm sorry, Lord Van Zeeks.
In point of fact, I think perhaps that isn't the case.
Sorry. How can that be?
There is more to his last will and testament.
What? 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 As I confront the prospects of my demise, I feel bitter regret for my younger brother. Barak, you have always looked up to me, and now you follow in my footsteps to become a prosecutor. It is my fervent wish that my unspeakable deeds should not hinder your advancement. I ask not for understanding, for none could understand my depravity. I can only ask for forgiveness. Sergei is a fine detective and a hunter worthy of respect. He's agreed to honor my final two wishes. The first is that this document survives. The second, I cannot commit to paper. I have confessed my sins to my wife. May she find resolution in my death. With my eternal gratitude to my Japanese friend, I rest my quill. Clint Van Zeeks. Clint. Male Strongheart. You colluded with Seishiro Chikoku in a criminal plot so immense it spanned the oceans, and you cold-heartedly murdered all those who knew the truth about what happened 10 years ago. But why did you set about that now, a whole decade later? To ascend to the very peak. These last 10 years made me realize being the Lord Chief Justice wasn't enough, short of becoming Her Majesty's Attorney General. I could have no real power to effect the change needed in this country. And for that promotion, I needed to ensure no remnants of the past remained. How could you? I like everything to run smoothly, in exactly the manner that I prescribe, like a well-oiled machine. And I was just a step away. And for your ambition to succeed, did you even bother to count the number of brilliant people you had killed? Ah, Mr. Reaper, are you not forgetting something? Such as... You've very much adopted your usual prosecutor-like demeanor in the proceedings now. But the reality of the situation is that you are the defendant in this trial. However, the presiding judge would appear to have fallen from the bench, as it were. May I suggest, therefore, he just apparated him, that we entrust the final abdication to an old friend. My lord. As a member of the judiciary, I've been following the proceedings from the gallery. I must say I shan't ever forget the extraordinary battle between good and evil that I witnessed here today. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a clusterfuck. The darkness that has blighted justice in our lands these past 10 years have been at last dispelled. What a man. Thanks in no part to the efforts of a bright young star from the east. Defense Counsel Naruhodo. Yeah, my lord. On behalf of everyone here, President of the Old Bailey, I give you my heartfelt thanks. You're too kind, my lord. The first time I faced you in court just under a year ago now, God, that was under a year ago, I had the faintest of intimations that if British justice, so warped and twisted over its long history, was finally to know change. This might just be the man to do it. What? But at the time, I wouldn't allow myself to acknowledge the possibility. I couldn't overcome my hatred of the Japanese after the circumstances of my brother's death. Mr. Naruhodo, allow me to apologize for my countless discourtesies on my part. You are a lawyer of boundless talent. Cute. I like that he does a proper apology, at least.
Oh, Lord Van Zeeks. I could just kiss him personally.
Oh. Oh, Lord Van Zeeks. I could probably just kiss him too. I mean, When I first arrived in Great Britain. What is that pink thing on your shirt? It's Kirby! Yeah! Look at him! Hanging out. My shirt, this is a big shirt on me, so it just hangs down real low. Yay, racism is defeated. Yeah. just whoop.
Whoa, boyo!
Anyway. When I first arrived in Great Britain, I was literally a nobody. Certainly not a lawyer. The truth is, my fortunes have entirely been made by the miraculous people I've met. My best friend, Kazuma Sogi, who led me here to Britain in the first place. My lovely and ever-patient judicial assistant, Miss Sasato, who helped me study to become a lawyer. The brilliant Lord Van Zeeks, who never failed to challenge his Japanese rival. And not to mention, the exceptional master of logic and reasoning, who showed me the true art of deduction, Mr. Shomps. I love seeing his shocked reaction. Saving the best for last, Naruhodo, what a relief. I'm well aware that without all these people's help and support, I wouldn't be here today. The truth is a guiding light that will always lead to happiness. I've lived by that principle for a long time now, but actually, it's not true. The truth can also cause great pain, sometimes even leave people on the brink of despair. And for that reason, there are those who feel the need to hide the truth, who do it instinctively even. But as soon as we allow our eyes to settle on something other than the truth, the darkness takes hold. And from there, it grows until eventually it makes us blind to the guiding light of the truth altogether. So that's why it's my belief that we must all resolve never to avert our eyes from what is just and true. And everyone applauds. And everyone applauds! So that we can continue to walk the straight and narrow path ahead. Yeah! I'm so proud of all of them. Oh. Okay. Well, I must excuse myself now. The tea is getting cold. But before I go, Naruhodo, let me compliment you on your grand opus. Oh, what? Without your beautifully composed case against Lord Strongheart, Her Majesty would have been unable to act. Oh. Thanks to you and your fellows, the haunting undertones corrupting Britain's justice system have been silenced. Thank you very much, Your Majesty. So, until our paths cross again. Sorry, I'm laughing again. Hyperclap. It's not meant to be so narrow that a fucking nice knife edge Naruhodo. Also, I met Kala just now. Who? What is happening over there? Oh, you found the other fire lady. Is that what I'm hearing? Wait, is that the other fire lady? The black and white fire lady? It would appear that this long trial has finally come to an end. Thank fuck. I'm tired. Surely this trial's gone on for like the whole day, right? My apologies for my anxiety caused, my lord. I'm quite sure we shall meet again in the courtroom before long, Prosecutor Barak von Zeeks. In conclusion of these proceedings, I hereby declare the defendant, Barak von Zeeks, not guilty. Yay! Sprinkles! Yeah! We did it! Woo! Oh, man. Oh, what a long fucking game. We're still going. Oh my god. What do you mean it's 10:40? That is all. Guys, we still have to finish the game. She has a cool witch outfit. Yeah. She makes more fire. She reads of the dark fire. 4:21 p.m. 9:03. So 7 hours. Really is all over. But did I sacrifice too much? Don't worry about that. That's not your problem. Naruhodo. I really must congratulate you. It was truly splendid performance. Honestly, I couldn't be happier for you. Oh, thank you very much. But I really couldn't have done it without you at my side, Miss Sasato. Your kind words mean so much to me. It really was a splendid show, Naruhodo. I'd have thought you'd be smiling from ear to ear, but you look rather glum. Well, of course I'm delighted about the verdict. She's fire. Fire. But in exposing the truth, I'm afraid I've caused my client a great deal of pain. I'm really not sure that's what a lawyer ought to be doing. Oh, well, in that case, I'm quite sure that when you see Lord Van Zeek's smiling face, everything will seem much better. Hi, gorgeous. Mrs. Sato. Everything seems worse. He has a face like thunder. Oh dear, I really shouldn't have presumed. Mr. Naruhodo. Yeah? Almost a year it's been now, and since I first encountered you here in this very courtroom. For you to have risen to the level of excellence you demonstrated today. Well, it's quite remarkable. Oh my god. But I exposed the most unpalatable truth you could ever have imagined in court today. I feel as though I've robbed you of something you held so dear. What was that? To fight those who dwell in the darkness requires at least some of us to occupy the darkness ourselves. But that was just the feeble excuses of a coward. Only those with a steadfast eye for the truth have what it takes to fight the dark forces of crime. You made fine work of establishing that fact in court today. Oh, well, thank you. What magnanimous words. I'm quite sure that Kazuma-sama would have a smile on his face at this very moment if he were here. Kazuma. There he is! Speak and they shall appear. Hug him, Mrs. Sato. There's another face like thunder here. Oh my, he really was here. Lord Van Zeeks. Allow me to congratulate you on your acquittal. Congratulate me, or curse me. You failed to bring down the Reaper. I owe you an apology. No, it is I who should apologize. Just kiss already, alright? Kiss, make up, alright? We'll leave you in the cupboard for like 7 minutes, you'll be fine. Your father, Genshin Impact, God, that game, there's too many microtransactions. I'm so sorry. I should have known. It's my own fault. If I had been stronger, then perhaps I could have resisted wanting to buy more Ventus dolls, or Venti dolls, okay? I just really wanted them. Fuck. Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, focus, Hannah. Come on, get this game done. I made an unforgivable error of judgment. I can offer no excuse. And I can offer no forgiveness. That said, I suppose you fought for justice and the truth. For that, at least I can't withhold respect. Your words mean more to me than you know. I will hold them dear. I'm sorry, I read them with... I suppose you fought for truth and justice. Okay. I will hold them down. Kiss. Kazuma-sama. I must say, there's one thing that's still bothering me. The will that Lord Clint Van Zeeks wrote before his duel with my father. Pardon. Oh. What was the second? Oh, the kid, of course. It was looking after Iris. Surely. What can the second of his final wishes have been? Iris, Iris. Not your father agreeing to honor you, man. I think perhaps. I might be able to shed some light on that. What? Father? It was 10 years ago, as you know, the day before the execution was scheduled. I went to the prison to say my farewells to Genshin. Here we go, the reveal. Why aren't you putting up more of a fight, Genshin? If you only agreed to it, Seisha and I would gladly petition the government. But I've been through this already. Don't need to worry about me. Anyway, Eugen, I have a favor to ask of you, something of great importance. You're one of my greatest friends, Genshin. Whatever it is, consider it done. I'm going to tell you an address. I need you to go there at once, in secret, and telling no one. You should find a lady of the gentry hiding in there. A lady of the gentry? She's not in a good way, and she's with child. The birth is imminent. Did Clint cheat on his wife on top of everything? As a medical man, I'd like you to attend her, please. You're her only hope. My only chance is the child yours, Genshin. Oh my god. Wait, it was Genshin's. It was one of the others. I was guessing Genshin before, and then we had the whole thing about the widower, and I was like, oh, maybe? Don't be daft. It's a favor that was asked of me by the man I knew. Oh my god, no, I was right. Okay, let's fucking go. As his dying wish, I was fucking right. Oh! Oh, as soon as I mentioned the widower, okay. My goodness. I swore to the man that I would help. That I would do whatever I could for his wife and his unborn child. But if something should happen to me, I need to ask you the same favor. You're the only person I know that I could truly rely on. What'd you say? If something should happen to you, tomorrow night you're gonna be to be. You never know, though, do you? What life will bring. Alright then, tell me the address. I'll head over there at once with Seisho and... No, not with him. Pardon? This is a favor I'm asking of you, and only you, Eugen. But he told Shams. Alright, well, very well then. Kazuma and Iris are siblings. Oh no, sorry. No, Barrack Van Zeeks has a niece. I'm so sorry. Okay, I need to be quieter. Shh. That very night, I caught a train from Paddington to the Dartmoor in Devon. Found the old house in the middle of nowhere it was, and an old hunting hound lay asleep in the grounds. Poor woman was on the floor at the back of a darkened room. She was in mortal danger. She broke her water to precipitate the labor before she weakened further, but it was a torturous birth. I did everything humanly possible for her and her child. Fucking called it. Okay. I'm so proud of myself for picking up on that. And in the end, I was lucky enough to welcome a new life into the world. But tragically, my efforts to save the mother's life were in vain. I held the healthy newborn girl in my arms and wept for longer than I care to remember. Aww. Eventually, in something of a daze, I looked around the room. There was precious little full in it, but an old trunk caught my eye. Oh my god. It clearly been well looked after over the years, made of top quality leather with the fine stitching. But it was when I saw the emblem on the side of it that everything dropped into place. B for Baskerville. Baskerville. You mean the woman was the wife of Lord Clint Van Zeeks? That's right. The newborn was his daughter. But that makes no sense. Why on earth wouldn't Clint have entrusted the child to my care in that case? I was completely unaware that he even had a daughter. I suppose he didn't really have any choice. What? Well, your brother said that he confessed everything to his wife, so she must have been beside herself with worry for her child. If the true identity of the professor were ever to be made public, the girl would be forever branded as the daughter of the infamous mass murderer. So their only solution was to distance the young girl from the Van Zeeks family as much as possible. Iris is a fucking noble. We love it. I don't believe it. There was definitely something that was very cute. There was a scene earlier, right, where it showed Iris and Van Zeeks talking to each other, and they were talking about tea or whatever. And I was like, man, this is a cute scene. And I was like, man, it is a pretty cute scene. You know, but it was like one of those things where I was like, what sort of relation would I call this? Like, not like the parallel between the two characters. I couldn't quite that feeling into words, but hearing that it's like niece and like uncle is kind of really funny. It makes a lot of sense. He would have thought to himself, this Japanese man here is someone I can trust. I honored my promise to Genshin, of course. However, only a month later I was summoned back to Japan. Without disclosing the parentage of the child, I couldn't obtain permission to take her with me.
Oh, how awful.
I was completely at a loss. In the end, I had to ask my great friend. I asked him if he would be a father to her. That's crazy. That's a big thing to ask Mr. Sholmes. Why would you trust Mr. Sholmes with something like that? He's an idiot, but like, I would love to see him have parenting Iris over the years. Him trying to get her to eat food that she doesn't want to eat. He took one look into my eyes and agreed to it on the spot. God bless Sholmes. He has a heart of gold. He does. He's got an unk now. Yeah. Really, all of it he said that I did for the child was to give her a name. Oh? When I had come to Britain, I was trying to escape from the grief of losing my darling wife. So it was her name that I gave the little girl. Oh. Oh. Your wife's name, Professor Makotoba. In other words, the name of my mother, Ayami Makotoba. Oh. That's right, Ayami. Or in English, Iris. Aww. I had no idea. Ding dong. Mr. Naruhodo, what's wrong? This little thing just pinched me hard through my trouser pocket. Hard. Ah, my dear fellows, can you hear me? He's using it back now. Mr. Sholmes, is that you? Ow, yeah. Yeah, we can hear you. You see what excessive tugging can do? Let that be a lesson to you. Mr. Sholmes, we weren't able to thank you properly before, but you were simply marvelous. I wish English names were real. Same. Iris being delivered by Eugen and named by Ayami are the next closest things to actually being Sasato's sister. That's kind of true too, actually. Okay. Okay, where was that, guys? Your checkmate move was a stroke of genius. Indeed it was, wasn't it? I surpassed myself, I feel. It has become apparent to me that to stop the Lord Chief injustice would require such measures.
Hello, Susie.
Oh, Iris?
Oh, I'm so pleased. What a wonderful outcome. Her Majesty Queen Vicky said she thought my special blend was delicious.
Oh, I'm sure she did. After all, no one brews a more delicious tea than you do, Iris.
Let's have a party to celebrate. And Mr. Reaper, you simply must come.
What? I'm afraid I couldn't. I'm busy. The Reaper of the Bailey, flustered by a 10-year-old girl again.
No, really? Oh, poo.
But I give you my word that I shall present myself at your residence in the near future to express my gratitude.
Oh, how lovely.
You've
promised now. I won't let you forget. Bye for now.
Alright, Iris, thank you for all your help earlier.
Oh, that was nothing. Just come back home soon.
Oh, one final pinch goodbye. Well, I think I ought to be leaving. Lord Van Zieks, would you care to accompany me? Certainly. Aren't they cool? Mr. Naruhodo. Mr. Naruhodo, allow me once again to express my deep gratitude to you. I believe you saved my life. I've heard that before. Hi, Miles Edgeworth. We love you. We love you, Miles Edgeworth. God bless him. Wait, Lord Van Zieks. Kiss him, kiss him. What? Yes. What are you intending to do now? Well, clearly, I shall have to resign from the prosecutor's office.
Oh, no.
I intend to publicize the full truth about the Professor case. Once that's done, the Van Zieks family will be ostracized completely from London society.
Surely not.
So as soon as I'm free from my employment, I shall leave the capital. And join your boyfriend in Germany? You can be honest with us, okay? Barracle pal, come on. Ah, I see. Don't be a fool. Are those the actions of a man once feared as the mighty Reaper of the Bailey? I beg your pardon. It's such a funny angle. For the past 10 years, you've enjoyed the pseudonym and been cast as one of the dark forces yourself. Now that you've finally been freed from that disrepute, your battle is just beginning, surely. Well, I certainly never expected to hear those words from your lips. I waited a very long time to come to London. Now I'm properly here, I intend to learn all that I can. Anyway, goodbye for now. Rianovske, Naruhodo. I like that we both immediately ship it. Go to Germany and see your boy here. Seems as though he's really matured suddenly. Also, I did read that fanfic you sent me. It was very good. It was very short, to the point, very cute. I kept forgetting that I couldn't remember that I mentioned it or not. Well, exploring Analondo and just seeing a guy with a chest head phantom running up the stairs. My future. Literally. Nice.
He's not the only one who matured, Naruhodo.
Hmm?
Well, I think we should make our way back. Making our way back to Baker Street. We must help Iris with dinner tonight.
We must. Okay, I'm so ready to go to bed, guys. I'm tired. It was then that I came to an important decision about my future. Tadaima. Hi, Gina. Oh, about time you got here. We've been waiting ages, Otto. What are you doing with that? Colourful piece of history. It's a party, isn't it? We gotta go off with a bang. I meant fireworks, ideally. But when you ain't got fire, smoke's the next best thing, ain't it? There's a girl in Fresno Street who would help you with that, I think. Right. I'll remember that. You don't have to reload that thing every time I speak. Put it down. You really must hear this. It's the most extraordinary thing. I assure you, defy your expectations. Take down every detail, Makotoba. Aww, they're so cute. Would you care to hazard a guess? Where do you suppose the fiendish runaway had concealed himself? Would you believe? Inside the trunk I found abandoned in his cabin. I would believe it, yeah. I say, Makotoba, I detect not a hint of surprise. I wonder why that is. Maybe because I was there at the scene as well, Shams. What? You were? Then why the juice didn't you say so before? Not quite the sight I was expecting to behold. It's hard not to feel privileged to see it. Hello, Mr. Shams, Makodabum. I'm finally back from the Bailu. And not a moment too soon. A feast prepared by Iris and Mr. Sato awaits. I must say I haven't seen Sato looking so happy in a long time.
Oh, Runo, there you are.
Dinner is on the table, everyone. Please do come and take a seat. Time to fill my boots. With food? I hope not. I passed out and then knee pain woke me up. I missed your reaction. Dude, my reaction way earlier was pretty close to what I was... You know, my whole reaction of being like, what? Like, I put it together so much earlier on that it was actually Clint's kid. I was so proud of myself. I was like, yes, I was fucking right. Okay. Goodness, is that really true, Gina? Yeah, I'm losing my coppers, cobbler, and going back to what I know best. It's a diver's life for me. It's a hard knock life. Ah, sweet, I do remember, yeah.
You're really leaving the police force? But why, Ginny?
Well, the boss ain't around no more, so... Oh... And anyway, no matter how hard I try, the Reaper ain't never gonna accept a diver turned dick, is he?
Well, people can change, you know.
Ah, yes, that reminds me. I rather thoughtfully offered to relieve the bailiff of this now defunct piece of evidence. Eh? Oh. It's the inspector's pocket watch. I'm so fine. Who the fuck was the Reaper anyway? It was Strongheart. We all knew it was Strongheart. Come on. It was Strongheart. There was never no doubt in my head that it wasn't him. Okay. It's the inspector's pocket watch. That watch was his pride and joy, a symbol of his great achievements at Scotland Yard. For 10 years without fail, it measured every second of the man's remarkable career.
But now, it's stopped.
Someone needs to keep the memory of Inspector Gregson's career alive. By taking on the great responsibility of winding that watch every single day again. I'm so fine. Okay. Okay. Yeah, rips in chat. He got arrested? Of course he got arrested. Oh my god. Don't worry, he got arrested. It fucking took. Dude, the fucking trial still only ended like 10 minutes ago. It took so long. So honestly, you're lucky you didn't stay up the whole time. Yes, someone with an equally fierce detective spirit. It gotta be me, there's ain't no one else. Quite right. I mean, after all, the boss was... Well, he was my boss.
Yes, Ginny, yes he was.
Oh yeah, and I made you a promise and all, didn't I, Iris? I'd become a proper detective one day and track down your old man. Oh. Alright then, it's decided, I'll do it. And I swear, I'll find your dad and bring him in, kicking and screaming. I'm exhausted, the pain that worked me was intense. I think I've found a better sleeping position. Do the knee now. Rest up the knee, rest up, Aelin. Yeah, let's go. I'm not entirely sure that would be appropriate. Yeah, I think Gina might be best to, well...
I think I'd like you to forget that promise, Ginny.
Yeah. Iris?
Well, obviously I've always wondered about who my real daddy is. Of course I have. I wanted to know where I came from. I thought it might tell me something about myself. But I've caused such a lot of trouble trying to find out for so many people. Really, Runo, Professor Mickey.
Not at all, my dear. Really, you owe no apology to anyone.
Well, anyway, I've decided to give up on it because I finally realized my daddy is the greatest in the world.
Aww.
I don't think it matters what his name is or where he's from. Don't you agree, Hurley?
No. With every word, Iris. Such a proud dad. I just want to say, this man was 24. He was 24 when Makotoba rocked up and said, hey, I gotta leave to go back to Japan. Can you take care of this child? And he was like, absolutely. And he did it by himself. Where do we find a man like this? Okay. God bless this man. He's the dumbest, smartest, most considerate, idiotic man ever. Oh, he's the best of us. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Hurley. Thank you, Daddy.
I think, Makotoba. Yeah, Shams. I think that I ought to express my gratitude to you. Oh. For 6 years, you and I solved many a mystery together. And during that time, I remember countless expressions of gratitude for our good services. But a moment ago, I heard the most pleased. I'm so fine. The most pleasing expression of gratitude of them all. I'm so fine. And I should never have experienced it. Were it not for you. Aww. You old softy Shams. But I must confess, it's a weight off my mind to hear you say it. Well, then, I think this calls for a lengthy violin recital, wouldn't you say?
Oh, well, the food would go cold. That's the only problem. Maybe next week, Hurley.
Are you sure a week is long enough, Iris? Oh, off to sleep. Have a good night. Sleep, Aelin. I love you. Sleep, rest up. Okay, I hope sleep does not disturb you again. Even amidst the most troubling of cases, even reeling from the most shocking of revelations. Returning in the evening to this suite of rooms, there's always warmth and happiness to be had. The home of the world's greatest detective, and my home too, with my greatest family. There's more. There's still more. Don't ever think it's over. This attic room has been my home and office for almost a year now. I've certainly had some unforgettable experiences whilst I've lived here. But I know now the time has come. Time to bid this place farewell.
Naruhodo.
Oh, Naruhodo. Oh, Professor? Are you alone? I didn't hear any sound from Sasato's room. Yeah. Sasato-san went out after dinner. She took a carriage. Something about an important matter she needed to take care of. Yeah, I see. I wanted to thank you for what you did earlier. Oh? With Iris, I mean, when the subject of her father came up. Oh, but she won't find out that Barrack is... You know, I'm sure that's for like a future... Guys, hear me out. Another version of this game, right? But it's Iris when she's grown up and then eventually finds out she's only just entered, like she has like, she's working as like a consulting detective as well with with Sholmes, who's like getting older. And then see like Barrack you know, like seeing and interacting with her and being like, oh my god, that's my niece. I made my mind up many years ago never to tell her who her real father was. It's what was agreed with Genshin after all. Lord Clint Van Zeek's final wish before you died, you mean? Yeah. Having to take some rather drastic steps at times to protect that secret, you know? Calling Sasato back to Japan 6 months ago, for example. That's why. When I read Sasaki-san's report about his final days in London, my heart nearly stopped. You had stumbled across the crux of that terrible case, the dog's collar. It's all making sense. The description of the Baskerville insignia left me in no doubt. If you had decided to investigate that insignia sooner or later, you had made the connection to the Van Zeeks. To make the matters worse, Sasato knew of the unpublished story as well. Story that Iris had written based on my notes from the time. Ah, yeah. Exactly. Hounds of Baskerville. It was a work of fiction, but based on the grim reality of a huge beast of a dog being used as a murder weapon. A dog with the Baskerville family emblem around its neck. Armed with those two clues, I feared you and Sasato might arrive at the truth. So I invented the story about having collapsed to justify her leaving London and return to Japan at once. All in aid to halting any investigation you and she might have been contemplating. Something I never understood is why Sasato-san came across that manuscript in Japan, though. Shom sent it to me. That was before Sasato left Japan. He was very troubled about what should be done with it, you see. I read it and carelessly left it on my desk, which is where Sasato came across it, of course. It was the only case Sholmes and I ever pursued that I didn't record in meticulous detail. I was stunned when I discovered the young Iris had pieced together so much of it from my paltry notes. Sholmes and I discussed the matter and decided that we shouldn't allow the story's publication. At that point, I returned the manuscript by post to Sholmes for safekeeping. So you did all of that to stop Iris from finding out the truth about her father? That's right, because Sholmes had told me how astute she'd become. However, having witnessed events in court today, I must say my opinion has somewhat shifted. I think at some point in the future the time will come for Iris to know the truth. And when it does, well, I believe it'll be for the best. Pardon. You've come to a decision? I have. I will be returning with you to Japan. Are you quite sure? I'm really only here as a substitute for Kazuma. But he's here in Britain now, as originally intended. Locum student Naruhodo doesn't really have a right to stay, I think. I'll see. Looking back now, when I first arrived here in February. Oh no, are we doing a whole full recap? Oh man. My becoming a lawyer just seemed to be the way things turned out. With Kazuma, Sasato-san, and Mr. Sholmes all gently pushing me in that direction. I spent the best part of a year immersed in this world, but always aware of a seed of doubt inside me. Until today. Standing in that courtroom earlier, all doubts vanished from my mind. I was totally focused. I was sure of my belief in my client, and I was sure I could see the trial through. And at the end of it, I finally realized. No one else chose this path for me. I chose it myself. That path of a defense lawyer, yes, that's what I am now. That's what I'm going to be back with you to Japan as. And that's the path I'll be following for the rest of my life. Also, y'all just lost your Minister of Foreign Affairs and one of the major judges in Japan, so they kind of need to be replaced. Well, it sounds like you made quite a resolution there. I have. Very well then. I must say it's extremely welcome news. I shall make arrangements for your return first thing tomorrow. but I don't imagine we'll depart for a few days. Not with Symposium having been cancelled now, such a shame. Never mind, I'm sure there'll be other opportunities in the future. Well then, I bid you good night. Is this ending? Are we at the end yet? Oh, no, there's one more scene. I fucking knew it. I knew there was gonna be another scene. Sasato-san? Hi, just wanted to let you know I'm back. Did you, hear what your father and I was discussing? I'm sorry, I did. Yes, I couldn't help but. How much did you hear? Well, from the part about Iris's real father, I think. God, we're still going. So you've made up your mind? You'll return to Japan and continue working as a defense lawyer. Yeah, I'm sorry. I really should have consulted you about it. You don't have to, at all. Oh, no, that's quite alright. I already knew that it was what you would decide, Naruhodo-san. You did? Sasato-san? Yes. I suppose that means it has to be farewell soon. I suppose. These people do a lot of things about, like, leaving tomorrow. Why is there so much stuff that's like, I'm gonna leave tomorrow, I'm gonna go back to the other side of the world tomorrow? Like, there's always a sense of immediacy when I'm like, surely it should take like 2 to 3 weeks to a month to organize like a, you know, a ship or something. Ships are going out all the time, I guess. I mean, I guess they don't have as many planes, so maybe there were more ships, but... You'll be a great help to Kazuma going forward. I mean, I know he's a brilliant lawyer, but he's new to the British courtroom. He'll certainly benefit greatly from having a brilliant judicial assistant at his side. I'll do my very best. Wish I could say it, but I just can't. I can't ask her to come with me. After all, she was always supposed to be coming to Britain as Kazuma's assistant. She's looking at the shovel. It's growing late. We should both try to get some sleep. I'm sure you must be exhausted after today. Yeah, you're right. But before I retire, let me just say one more time. You really were quite splendid in court today. So if you ask me, anyone who thinks of you as a substitute or a locum should be ashamed of themselves. Sasato-san. Thank you. Aww. We love you, Sasato-san. There's one more scene. Everyone shut the fuck up. There's one more scene. Wait. There it is. I was like, are they gonna do this scene? I still am so fucking mad they're making him leave the next day. Okay. Can you just say, like, not like, goodbye, Iris, I love you, hope you have a good day. Like, say goodbye to everyone more. Just quietly leave in the morning. Can't believe this day finally came. Oh.
You're really leaving, Runo?
I'm afraid so, Iris. You didn't have to leave so soon. Thank you so much for everything. I don't know what I'll do without your wonderful cooking and delicious tea.
Oh, I wish you weren't going. But you have to come back and visit. Say you will.
Of course, I promise. And then they kiss and then jump into the ocean. Well, it was a brief reunion, but it was a pleasure to pursue a case with you again after so long. I'm losing my mind. 2+ days later. But they said, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So it has been a little more time. That's good at least. For a while at least it felt like old times. Yes, I suppose on reflection, there's something to be said for it. Having a little fun once in a while.
I'll just go and say goodbye to the professor as well, I think.
Alright, Iris, you do that. Honk. Honk. Honk.
Susato-san.
I've just checked, Naruhodo-san. Your luggage is already on board. Such a beautiful morning. Perfect for embarking on a journey, isn't it?
Before I set off, I'd just like to say how thankful I am for everything you've done for me, and give my warmest regards to Kazuma, please.
Actually, I think you ought to give him your regards in person, don't you?
Sorry?
Ryunosuke.
Kazuma! What are you doing here?
Do you really think I'd miss my best friend's departure?
Thanks. To be honest, I'd been looking forward to our wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's capital, but,
Well, we'll have to save that for another time. Personally, I'm looking forward to facing you in court again.
Me too. But, we're both defense lawyers, so,
I'm going to become a prosecutor.
Slay.
I'll stay in
Ship
Lord
it.
Vance's tutelage for the time being, but before long, I intend to be just as formidable as the Reaper himself.
oh,
Slay.
I see.
Actually, Ryunosuke, I have a favor to ask.
Name it.
Aw.
I'd like you to take care of this for me for a while.
Karima? Why?
Because I've seen it now. I've seen what's inside me. The demon that reared its ugly head that day.
You're allowed to have faults as a human being, mate. Oh,
It
it's...
was only for the briefest of moments. The last time I came face to face with that inspector.
Poor
But
Gregson.
it was unmistakable. I wanted to kill him. I've always known there are demons that live inside people. And now I know there is one in me. The fact that it very nearly consumed me is something I'll carry with me. Until the end of my days.
You can make mistakes, man. As long as you improve upon them. This doesn't, like, the marking of the end.
While I devote my life to fighting those whose demons have got the better of them. As a prosecutor,
So, that's what you've resolved to do, is it?
until I'm ready to face the demon within me, to slay it once and for all.
Is he gonna what?
I leave this in your care,
Aww.
if you'll take it.
Of course I will. I'll keep it by my side. Always. Until we meet again, then. You have your path to follow, and I have mine.
Naruhodo. The path you're going to follow from now on. I wonder if I might follow it at your side.
Oh my god!
Unless I'd be
It's happening. It's happening.
What? I mean, I would very much like you to come with me. But aren't you...
You're so predictable, Ryunosuke.
I am?
Honestly, you never change at all. But that's what I like about you.
You mean you knew about this?
It was the evening after Lord Van Zeek's trial came to an end. She came to see me at the prosecutor's office.
Really? Oh, when I had that conversation with Professor Mikotoba.
So, you'd go with Ryunosuke back to Japan?
Yes, I know it's unfair of me to follow my own interests like this.
No, it isn't. You're allowed to follow your own interests. You're your own woman, okay?
Coming here especially to tell me. You're a stickler for etiquette, aren't you? Well, what are his feelings?
We've never discussed it, of course, and Naruhodo-san has made no such suggestion. I worry that perhaps I'd be a burden to him.
You
He's
never
just
would
as
be.
much of a stickler for etiquette as you are. He'd never say anything before he was asked. But I'd feel happy knowing you were with him. Look
Yeah.
out for him on my behalf, will you?
Aww.
Of course.
RT3 time. My brain's sitting there like, RT3, that's not Mass Effect 3. I'm so tired.
What do you think, Naruhodo-san?
Why is this taking so fucking long?
With you by my side,
Cute.
no trial would seem too daunting. So if you're willing, I'd be honored if you'd come with me.
That's a
Together we can take
proposal.
on the world.
That's a proposal. That's a proposal. I know she's still only 17,
I'm
guys.
terribly incompetent, but if you'll have me, I'd be delighted.
What do you mean? You have never once been incompetent your whole life. Whoever has been saying these terrible things to you needs to be taken down.
Not at all. If anyone's terribly incompetent, it's me.
Ah! What's wrong?
Your luggage, Susato-san. There's no time. The ship's going to set sail any minute now.
It's all right. There's no need to worry. As it happens, my luggage is already on board too.
It is?
Your fine judicial assistant has everything in hand as always, I see.
And here she was talking about being incompetent. Honk.
Bruno, your ship's about to leave. Bruno.
Time to go then.
Someone just got their kid in to read a line. A single line in the entire game.
Draw your sword.
I'm so sleepy. Richie, Phoenix's great grandmother. I mean, we don't know. And then they touched tips together. Sorry, what?
When our paths cross, once more, we'll fight a duel of words across the courtroom. A day I eagerly await as a lawyer.
I've been waiting to hear you say that, partner.
Yeah. Country of the Rising Sun.
Don't forget me then, Kazuma.
As if I could.
I was gonna say.
Ryunosuke.
And Mr. Sholmes, thank you so much. I'm very much indebted to you.
Indeed, Mr. Naruhodo. I believe you are.
God, his voice doesn't match him in my head.
I'll never forget all you've done for me during my time in London.
Quite. I should like to think you will remember your debt of gratitude.
This is the voice I imagine for like Hosonaga, not this guy.
Especially when I visit you in your country. What? The truth is, although many are ignorant of the fact, the world is far smaller than most folk realize.
Well, I'd be delighted if you came to
Again,
Japan
can you
one day.
imagine another game where Mr. Sholmes is like, I'm coming to Japan to visit you, and then they solve crimes together. We need a third game,
Yes,
please.
Would welcome you with open arms, Mr. Sholmes.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I can't wait.
In that case, let us conclude that this is to be merely a brief parting, my dear fellows.
Aw. Calling each other partner and then two swords? Yeah, you get it, Lily.
And that brings us to the end of my adventures in Great Britain.
Beautiful.
A peculiar twist of fate brought me halfway around the world those many months ago. But that was just the start of my journey. Who knows where fate will lead me next? Still, I'm confident this won't be my last meeting with the friends I've made in London. And when we're together again, no doubt the first words I'll hear will be,
Come, the game is afoot.
Beautiful.
The ship, with our friends from the east, sailed steadily towards the distant horizon.
Time to go to Greater Britain.
But
Who's that?
George's
Where's
face
that? Scotland?
was alight with joy. The times may change, but a steadfast friendship will remain true, Wilson. We have but to gently close our eyes, and we are with our companions once more.
So I do just that.
And when I do, I can hear his strong, familiar voice ring out.
Objection.
Objection!
Yeah!
Till we meet again, Bruno.
Yeah! Cute game, I liked it. Fuck yeah. Oh my god, that took so fucking long though. So much longer than I was anticipating. It always takes so long. Okay, gotta pay attention. There's usually cutscenes where they talk in between. Oh no, my orb. Yeah. I've become thoroughly inundated with inquiries about my remote cinematographer that day, but I've no provider of electrical goods. What of the promised court? Secrecy. Anyway, I've decided an absence from London is in order. Sojourn in distant climes. An empire of Japan, perhaps? I understand that wardrobe class incurs no charge whatsoever. Oh, that's funny.
I gave a little note to Hurley the other day. I'm running away. It just said, "Thank you for everything, Daddy." But it made Hurley cry. I gave him some lotion and admitted as well to dye his hair red safely. But he said that it might make him cry too, so he'd rather not use it.
Because it's made out of peppers. Well, Little Britain is Britannia, which is French. Great Britain is the big one of the British Isles, which is British. So if we combine, oh god, he's gonna arrest the president. We get the USA. In those days when I was known as the Reaper, I felt your presence at my side. Once unable to bear the burden of that grim pseudonym, I even retired from the courtroom. Despite everything, I still wear your prosecutor's badge with pride. But the darkness that once beset me is no more, as you too are no more. In the words of the young foreign friend of mine, I must strive forward towards a brighter future. Aww.
The boss left a note for me, you know, and I can read every letter now. A to Z, the old lot.
Good job.
It's cleared a lot of stuff up. The boss was trying to protect me, see? And that's exactly what me and the Chief Inspector Toby are gonna keep doing for Londoners. I only wish I could have said how grateful I was before he, you know.
Oh, I'm so tired. I want to go to bed. Jaina, the truth is, I'm not the upstanding fellow you think I am. You might be a diver at heart, but it's a good heart. You've reminded me I need to be true to myself. Aww. I've got one more job to take care of before it's ta-ta to London town for the foreseeable. And then I've got to complete your education, the art of deduction, a la Gregson, as they say. Aww, poor guy. Gregson is the only Ace Attorney character with post-humorous words during the credits. Damn, there you go. I was surprised to see him. Your Excellency, this man is accused of illegal entry into the office of the Ministry Affairs. Objection! A statement overruled. The minister has been detained in Britain. Where's this catches counsel for the defense? The women are forbidden to be here. Oh, really? My friends to Sato-san in the British courtroom all the time. Perhaps I should have engaged the services of a regular legal team. Wow. Oh, man. Mama is true about Japanese people. Are they experts at filleting corpses? Yes, they are. Fish corpses on the whole. I'd like to hone my own filleting skills. You don't mind, do you, Mama? Yes, I do. I'm not a corpse yet, am I? No. And I'm glad. Aww. She's so sweet when she smiles with her mama. Man. This is a big story, guys.
Ugh, here I am again in Great Britain on the invitation of my dear old university friend. He sent me a very nice letter saying he'd like to show me around now that everything is settled. I knew it. What have I done? I was so excited I picked the splendid hotel and now I can't afford a bill. Oh, Barrack, come to my rescue again, please. I wish I could vanish into thin air sometimes.
Well, 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 the shipping continues. When I went to make the waxwork impression of the killer in the cemetery, I realized what had happened. But even in the witness stand of the highest court in the land, I could never speak of it. The Lord the Chief Justice and I had struck a bargain, you see. For a faithful reproduction of the visage, there is nothing we tough spellers would not do. Wasn't even the killer in the end, though. That's the sad thing. You bet he'll come to your rescue, I mean...
Everyone calls me Gossip. I sell jaunty little tidbits to passerbys, you know?
Everyone calls me Peppino. I sell up spaghetti. It's more redder than my head. Everyone, they call me... No, no, no. I cannot do it. This is ridiculous. This is a weird group. Oh, darling, how charming. You've made lots of new friends here, I see.
Yes, and when we're released, we're all going to strike it rich together.
Right. Yeah, I'll believe that, mate. Yeah, I definitely think this game went on a little longer than I would have liked. Otherwise, still really good. A lot of fun. I definitely understand why people have said it is so good. When I was Kazuma on the foreign... when I was accepted on the foreign exchange, however it might have ended, I knew that I wanted you there to see it. If I'd ended up in the dock, there's no one I would have rather have defending me. But now, thanks to you, there's a new path I want to take. I'm sure we'll meet again in the courtroom, my friend. Until then, I leave Karama in your care. Haven't I done voice for everybody yet? I thought we did everybody. I was like, we gotta be close, right? Bit more. I've made some tea, Naruhodo-san. It's important you rest whilst you can. Once we arrive in Japan, you shall be busy establishing your new office. I'm so delighted to be accompanying you. After all, your talents have been recognized by a great detective. Because you really are the greatest of lawyers. A great ace attorney, some might say. She knows she made the joke. Oh, that's so cute. They struck a pose. Where'd the cat come from? Wagyu or whatever it was. Wagyu High. All the screenshots. Oh, best family ever. Yeah, really good game, guys. I had a really good time. Again, there was a lot of points where I was like, fuck, I just want this to keep going. Obviously, I just don't want the game to drag on unnecessarily long. I definitely get why people say this is really good, though. I would still rank Miles Edgeworth higher. Investigations. I really loved Investigations. But I also feel like Investigations did a little bit better of a job of kind of concealing the larger story that was taking place. So I want to say like Investigations 1 and 2 still felt like they stood alone side by side. Like obviously you need to play 1 in order to understand 2. But like, I feel like I got to the end of 1 and was like, all right, yeah, that's a pretty good story. I have all the answers I could possibly need. Like, you know, there was like 1 or 2 kind of like questions where I was like, huh, well, that was a weird thing to just leave off, but I just accepted it. But then in, like, obviously game 2 was when they exacerbated on it and like made it into a bigger story. While this, very much from the very beginning, there was a lot of like big overarching questions that were just kind of like, hang on, is this not going to be addressed? You know, like they were talking about the Baskervilles case, obviously, for the longest time. You obviously don't find out the full details until the very, very end. And that's... It would make playing 1. Can you imagine playing 1 and then having to wait another like 2-3 years until 2 came out and finally getting your answers? It would be crazy. You did it. Woo! What are you doing awake? Go to bed. And the Pyrite fan game Phoenix Wright AA, The Return of Ryunosuke Naruhodo, 4 of 8 episodes released. Episode 3 is the graded Ace Attorney one, including multiple witnesses at once, jury examinations, and a dance of deduction. It was really good. Me go to bed? Why? Because sleep is good. That's where I'm going. I really did love the new stuff they added. I will say that. I really loved the dance of deductions. They were a little silly and okay, I would have liked like maybe a speed up button. Especially for like the second time you go through, right? Like why, like having to watch him repeat himself as we go through those parts. A little problematic, but I love the concept of them overall. And also having the multiple witnesses at once and like interrupting them and everything, that was really good. Look at them dancing. Oh, they're wonderful. They're so silly. Such a weird combo. Bitch is dead now. Fuck you, Jigoku. Fuck you, Strongheart. Bro's having a great day. It's gone now. Bye-bye. Aww. My favorite case? I mean, it's always hard to like look over the final case, but also the final case happened over the course of 2 chapters, which I'm not thrilled about. I don't know why they did it, but But yeah, definitely not the first half of the game. I think chapter 5 was pretty good. Aww. Yay! Great Ace Attorney 2 resolve. Fin. Or should you say resolved? I do like that it's called resolve in terms of like the determination, but to also like figure things out. Oh, look at them. They're so wonderful. Great. Good job, everybody. I gotta go to bed. Aww. Alright. GG. Oh man, that took a while. But we're here. How do I quit game? Where's the quit game? Oh yeah, it's in options. I forgot about that. GG. Yeah. That was a really good time. Now we just have Ace Attorney Apollo Justice to play. But we will tackle that in another year or so. It always takes me a while to get back around to these games sometimes. It's a lot of talking. It's a lot of... I mean, it's great when, like, I'm working a lot and my arms are sore. But other than that, it is a lot. And it's always way longer. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, I looked at it the other day that like the other games I've played of this like usually clock around 100 hours, and obviously that's like way longer than I want it to be for stream. That's way long. Like I look at most games and I'm like, oh, that's 40 hours to play, maybe not. Meanwhile these games take me over 100 and I go, oh, it's fine. It's good to break them up though. That was a fun ride. Thank you for game and for stream. Thank you, Estania. Thank you for being here, enjoying the ride with me. So yeah, we'll get around to Apollo Justice one day, but not quite yet. Yeah, I guess I'll watch the Mass Effect video in my own time now. Or we could watch it at the start of stream on Friday, maybe. Yeah, we could watch it at the start of on Friday and just work from there, I think. I'll keep the video up, or I'll watch it and then rewatch it with you guys, maybe. Yeah, until then. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you'll have an excellent day today and tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a Skyrim bingo with Aelin. And I might start a little earlier. We'll find out. I don't know what tomorrow's gonna end up with. But I hope you guys have a good day. And I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye-bye. I'm so sleepy.